pretty much like a hard 9 East Coast time.
Gotcha.
Hard 9, but it's cool if we do go later because that helps out with the people on the West Coast time.
West Coast.
If you're picking up and down because they're still at work and stuff.
Yeah.
What up, Brian? We already got a member here. We already got Chris Radiation, Nick Hender, Priyuk. What's up, man? Going to be a huge stream tonight. Brian, welcome to Barrage Army, man. Thanks for being here and joining.
I'm hearing double.
Then you have something that's on your end. Let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Let me go to...
Okay, I'm good.
You're okay?
My bad. Yep.
Braj, this is your first time on.
Yeah, I don't know how to do anything. Kyle, show me the ropes here.
Welcome to my world. Okay, so I'm on the left-hand side this time. Now I'm going to go to...
There we go.
I'm going to go to... We're going to do this. Window capture. And it should be... I think we're good, man. What are you drinking tonight, bro?
Sweet.
And you're carrying us.
I got a... I don't know if it's going to zoom in. Probably not.
It should.
You would think.
Let me pull
it's only like $1,000 camera.
Let me move it this way a little
It's
bit.
called Know the Ledge. It is a Jackie O's stout. Should be pretty good.
I'm jealous, man. I'm on day 6 of my sobriety, and it sucks. I don't recommend this on anybody. Not my most enemies' enemies. Well, your enemy's enemy is your friend. But I'm doing kombucha, man. So you're carrying us tonight.
Nice. So why aren't you drinking?
I wanted to... I lost 20 pounds when I came out from San Diego. Just kind of straight off the bat. When I left San Diego and I came to Knoxville.
Gotcha.
And my high school weight, I was always like 175, 180. And I just want to see if I can get down to that. And I want to make a YouTube video out of it, kind of what Martin did. He made a video where he drank every day. And I've pretty much been doing that my whole life. So I wanted to do the opposite. Like, what happens if you don't drink for a month? Like, can you start doing push-ups? What happens to your bank account? Are you eating more food? Am I actually cooking the food that I actually bought?
Do you feel better about life?
Yeah, but I don't like, you watch all these sober videos on YouTube and everyone's like, oh, it's the best thing. And you got to get sober to be a good person. And everything starts from being sober. So I don't agree with all that. And I don't speak for anybody but myself. And I hate when people speak for people or when they generalize. Just because you go sober doesn't mean the bills stop coming in or all your problems are gone. I just want to do this. No, and I want to make...
still got those 3 DUIs.
So I got those 3 DUIs. They're not going anywhere. And I just want to do this, and I want to make a YouTube video out of it because I think I could have some laughs. You know.
So you got to do it for a year?
I'm going to do it for a month. No, not even. I'm not even going to do it till the end of February.
You just picked the shortest month to do it, too. I like it.
Picked the shortest month to do it, and I started doing it after last... Yeah, by far, Wednesday. So a lot of people do sober January, but that's the longest month. But I guess everyone's got a New Year's resolution and whatnot. But anyways...
I don't know.
Anyways, we'll get into
everything in moderation and moderation.
Everything in moderation. Live your own life. And I remember being in college and they'd have posters like, if you drink more than 6 drinks a week, you're an alcoholic. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Who's never had more than 6 drinks in 1 week? Especially college kids.
A week, a night.
Yeah, even 6 Keystone Lights playing beer pong. I don't even know if I consider that drinking. I mean, if you can have 6 Keystone Lights and then just nip it, that's more impressive than just staying sober to me.
Right. No, I agree.
As bad as that sounds. But we're here. We got Emmett. This is his first time on out in Asheville and Knoxville. We're on the same time zone, and we're damn near pretty damn close to each other. We're just one shot on the 40 east or west for you.
Yeah.
And we're here, man.
Yeah,
so thanks for being here.
I need to get down there.
Have you been in Knoxville recently?
I haven't. No.
Yeah, Kyle wasn't that into it, and then he came out, and we had a good hangout, and he was like, damn, I don't remember Knoxville at all like this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll have to come down.
Come down whenever, but wait
Probably when the weather's nicer, it'd probably be ideal.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Me and Chris Radiation in here, we're gonna go to Tampa Bay and Nome. Me, Chris Radiation, Nome, and a couple other buddies are gonna go to Tampa Bay next month. I kind of just want to look good with a t-shirt off, or maybe just a tank top for once in my life. So this is a good month to do it. It's a short month. I think February is a good month to get your shit together, just for like taxes and making your bed and doing an oil change and being an adult.
Dude, I hear you. I mean, we're on the same page. We don't have our shit together, but we try to.
Yeah,
I get it.
What are you drinking over there,
dude? It's called No to Ledge, Imperial Stouts. It's Jackie O's, which is a brewery in Athens, Ohio. It's a bourbon barrel aged stout. It's only 13.6%.
So. Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, so it should sit easy.
So there's 2 Athens I got to check out?
Yeah, Athens, Georgia, and then Athens, Ohio. Athens, Ohio, it's just a cool little college town.
What's the college?
I went to meet OU, Ohio University.
I don't know.
It's where I met Kyle. It's where we both went to school.
I've got some of that stuff written down. For those who are here right now, what's going on? CH, number 1 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts. Thanks to everybody who watched the video today. It's very rare I put out a video 3 consecutive weeks. I kind of want to do a sober kick and see how much of the backlog I can go back and edit too. Hangovers don't help with that. So that's another thing I kind of want to play around with, see what happens to the channel or both the channels. But this is Emmett. This is Emmett. He's pretty much Clawhammer Supply's right-hand man. Is that safe to say?
Oh, yeah, I would say so.
Or first-hand man? Maybe Kyle's the B-list?
That's for him to say.
The understudy over there. But we got a pretty good turnout here. What's up, Jaggers? What's up, Gnome? See a lot of green in here. What's up, Kim Hill? Chris Vodka? Brewing Bad. What's up, everybody? James Pilar. Ron Barnes. How is everybody, man? So I heard a bad rumor that Clawhammer is going to hit the brakes on putting out video content this year. I heard Kyle say he's only going to do about 5 or 6 videos. Is that true? And if so, what's up with that?
Man, luckily I'm the guy that just shows up for the videos.
You're there more than anybody.
Yeah, but I don't edit it. I don't have to deal with, it seems awful to me. It's not something I'm into, editing and all that stuff. But yeah, I think we're working on some product development and just some other stuff that I think we're going to be putting our energies into. But we'll still be making videos for sure. They probably just aren't going to be the huge production videos that we were putting out before. Maybe a little bit more scripted, concise. But yeah, we'll definitely be putting out videos, but I wouldn't, probably not putting out, those long, really kind of epic, mystical, longer brew days. So,
well, where's the energy going? OnlyFans, stand-up comedy,
pretty much
Peace Corps.
A lot of it, a lot of writing, a lot of website stuff, a lot of, like I said, we're gonna be doing some product development testing.
So more kind of on the Brewlosophy page?
No, not our page.
No, but I mean just more
the thing is,
written content on the internet.
The thing is, that, well, that's not my side. So, Kyle did all the editing. So his time's going to be freed up if we make less videos. Or not, he didn't do all the editing, but he was the force of the YouTubes, if you will. Whereas I literally would just pop out on a brew day. They'd film me, and I'd go back into my office and look at Excel spreadsheets and emails. So
come out, do a vodka pumpkin
pie
video, and then just go back to work, drink a bunch of vodka.
Yeah, whatever I'm instructed.
Get back in there.
Exactly. So
right on.
But I mean, I like the videos because it's a good break, but at the same time, it's a lot to oversee and handle. Kyle does all that side. He's just, I think we're just changing focus. Gonna do more written content and then more direct, maybe more precise videos, maybe on how to do things versus just, us being dumb and making beer. if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, and it's time consuming. I think the average Homebrew for Life video is about 30 hours, and you guys have better production than me, so I don't even know. And you guys have editors, so there's back and forth, and there's people that want to keep this up, and there's people that want to take this out, and you might like something, and this guy might say no to it. I don't have to deal with any of that. I just go. If I think it's funny, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, and I mean, we kind of do that too. I mean, you know, Kyle has final say. It rolls, and we're not trying to cut things out. But dude, when you have 2 or 3 cameras running and you're filming a full brew day, I mean, there's so much footage to go through and edit. So
you guys film a lot too. You film at 60 frames per second, and your videos are what, like 200 gigabytes?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last one we did was like, I don't know, 800
gigabytes. So to put that in perspective for anybody who's not familiar with what we're talking about, I got a lot of members coming in right now. I'm going to give a shout out to all you guys here in a second. But Clawhammer shoots, you just said 800 gigabytes. And then when you look at those files and you edit that video, your final video is going to be about 10 minutes. And what is that to upload to YouTube? About 2 gigabytes. So 798 gigabytes are dead weight. That would take me a week just to look at and sort and put into files. Slow motion, B-roll, people, music. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. And luckily, like I said, I have no idea what happens. Like, that's so far. Like, that's the one thing I don't deal with, like, at all with Clawhammer. Like I said, I come out, I'm the eye candy. I'll make the recipe, come out and brew. But like outside of that, like I don't know how they edit it. I don't want to know how they edit it.
I'm jealous.
I know it's very time consuming. And then you have multiple edits, but so I think in terms of video, we're just gonna be more conscientious of time and probably just more scripted, like more how-tos, more or like a brew day where we're doing more B-roll and kind of talking about a process, or maybe trying to be a little bit more educational versus just having fun, which you can do both, but maybe focus on a little bit more targeted SEO. So if someone's searching for something, they'll find an answer versus like a brew day where we're just messing around. Yeah, which is good too, but we're not. A lot of those videos, you couldn't follow that and actually make a beer. It's just nonsense at the end of the day, but they're fun.
And you guys shoot videos the long way home. You guys shoot people mic'd up. I look at all the B-roll and then I'll write over that, and it's very easy to do voiceover. Like,
right. Which is the smart way to do it.
Elementary Bruco is in here. He does videos the same way you guys do them. Everything's pretty much in real time. I'll spend 80% of the time trying to find clips, just going back and looking at B-roll videos from 5 years ago. What yeast did I use? What fermenter was I using? And then I'll go back and I'll write over that. And it's pretty much 90% voiceover. Today's video was 100% voiceover, and I was able to do it in 10 hours.
Yeah, and it was a great video.
Appreciate that. Thanks to anybody who watched that video.
And I enjoy your videos because they're so different than every other homebrew channel's videos.
It's definitely a fast ADD pace, and I stole that from the show Archer. Everything is like when they hit you with a joke, and before you even think about it, it's something else. It's like another thing, and I definitely stole that vibe, and I think you have to now in the world we live in with ADHD and smartphones.
It just being quick, but and you just hit 40K on that, right?
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, thanks to anybody who subscribes to Homebrew for Life. I appreciate that.
I got the. Sweet. I mean, that's awesome.
I appreciate that. I was with you guys when I did 30K. That was when I was with Just Brewing.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun day.
Because I just enjoy, because it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like you're kind of always taking a piss on homebrewing, but at the same time having fun. But you're having fun with it and making jokes of it and kind of pointing out maybe some of the stuff that people take too seriously or get too caught up in. And it's just like, man, just enjoy it and don't get caught up in whatever you're using or whatever's happening. And then obviously giving some of your what you've learned over the last years too. how to save a buck, which is great.
Yeah, I think most brands hate me at this point, especially probably Mr. Beer. And there's always going to be a guy that in the comment section saying, I started brewing on Mr. Beer and I stuck with brewing. I'm like, that's great. I'm just saying that if you started with a better kit, the probability if you took 100 people with Mr. Beer and 100 people with the Northern Brewer extract, the people with the extract and that small petri dish are going to stick around with homebrewing longer than the Mr. Beer. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree with that. I would agree with that. Like when I started homebrewing, I think it was, I don't know if there were kits then. We just had a local homebrew shop.
Well, let's go back. When was this and where was this?
This was in Athens, Ohio.
College?
Yeah. So probably would have been 2002 or 3.
So
I would guess.
I'm 38. We're around 40, right?
42, yeah.
So you were 22 years old getting into homebrewing.
Probably somewhere in that ballpark. 22, 23, I would guess.
With Kyle?
It's all kind of a blur.
Yeah, it's college.
No, with my buddy Brad.
Okay. There's what, maybe one homebrew store?
One like homebrew store. And we had one microbrewery in town. And early 2000s, just
not much going on in craft beer.
Yeah, just super West Coast, weedy, dank, catty beers. But they had power hour every night from I think 7 to 8. Pints were only $1.
Dangerous.
So
22-year-old kids.
Go in there,
7% beer is $1.
I mean 21-year-old kid.
Scary.
You'd go in there and try and put 6 down,
right? And everyone's doing it
before your night even gets started. That's your warm up. So.
How do they make money off that? Are they selling shots for $5 or $6? Because you're not going to make money off selling $1 pints. What's the catch? $10 admission.
They went out. They closed down, and then Art bought the brewery. It's now Jackie O's. But yeah, Hoolies didn't make it. Art bought it. But yeah, I think they might do 2-hour power hour. Patrick Sandy might know. I think he's
Patrick
into the. I think he's keyed into the scene because he knows Brad. And Brad's who taught me how to homebrew back in the day. And he was just getting into it. And yeah, because I remember he decided.
So you in here?
When I finished college, he had decided that he was gonna become a pro brewer, and like in my mind, I was like, that's not even a thing, because like in southeastern Ohio, one brewery. I grew up in northeastern Ohio. We had Great Lakes and Blimp City at one point, and a couple other, but it wasn't like a thing. You didn't hear people be like, I'm going to be a brewer, and I just thought he was crazy. And, fast forward, even 10 years after that. Yeah. So, but yeah, I always thought that was pretty funny. Like, I'm like, dude, you're crazy. And I think I went to Cybele in Chicago. But yeah, I was like, that's not a job. Like, because in my mind, it wasn't like,
Well, was the beer good? I mean, were you watching his brew days and just wanted to tag along and see the fermentation process? And
man. Yeah, I mean, I just remember the first beer I had was
his craft beer,
like craft beer, like the homebrew. First homebrew I had was like an orange coriander,
and we didn't call it craft brew back in the day. It was homebrew. You didn't call it.
This was homebrew, like before he started professional.
But the word craft beer didn't come around really till about 2010. Like even
it was like a brew pub.
Stone was around in 2003, 2004, but nobody called it craft beer. That thing came around later. That word, that terminology.
I don't know. Like I don't know what people call. Like you would just say Great Lakes, like where I grew up. Like, because Cleveland has Great Lakes. They've been around.
You just call it Sculpin.
Yeah, just I don't know. I mean, and I remember Blimp City from back in the day, and a couple others in Akron. But it wasn't, it was the late 90s, early 2000s. There wasn't a whole lot of things to think that was, industry that you could work in.
But this is the guy that got you hooked on homebrewing?
Yeah, because I remember he brought like 4 corny kegs to a college party. I was like, dude, what is it? and it's homebrew.
Were they
I was like,
drinkable?
dude, they were great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now the sparks
Yeah.
are really flying. Now you're like, whoa.
So then I was like, I
Can
was super into it. So
Can I do
you know,
this?
I started like tagging along what he had brewed just to check it out. And I had no idea what was going on, you know. But when I left town, I remember stopping at the homebrew shop and buying, an extract kit or a partial match kit, I think. And then, brewed that, on my own for the first time when I was back in Akron. Because I'd always just hang out with him, and there's an excuse to drink when you're hungover, because brew in the morning and drink some beers. So.
Right. But we're also, when you're younger, the hangovers aren't as bad. I don't think I really had a bad hangover in college.
Dude, mine were brutal.
Even in college?
Yeah, I stayed out. I partied pretty hard there.
Like nose beers, nose nachos, watch the sun come up? Because that'll get you. That's always going to get you. But if I was just
that was never really my scene. I didn't need it.
What?
I'd just be up till, the bar would close down. We'd get a 6 carry out, sit on the front porch of a bar and just fix, crush a 6 and then go home after that. So.
I didn't party like that. I couldn't have stayed up that late unless I was doing nose rips. But
right.
No, I mean, the bars always closed. Like last call was 1:20 in California, and it was pretty rare to go home and drink after that. I was pretty wiped out at that point.
Ohio's pretty wild because last call was at 2, and then usually, depending on the bar, 2:30, you got to be out of there.
That's Tennessee. I think they close final doors at 3:00.
Yeah, but you can get carry out, so you can get six of talls to go. And
from a bar, they would sell you beer to go?
Yeah, just 6 cans.
Oh, that's a hard no in California.
Yeah, oh yeah. When I moved to Colorado, the first night I was there,
a bar selling beer to go? That's like New Orleans shit.
Well, they're cans, sealed. But when I moved to Colorado, it was the same thing. They're, they cut off early, and then I was like, I'll get some carry out. They're like, no, you won't. And I was like, oh, this state sucks.
$1,000 fine for you right there.
Dude,
you're going to jail for the night. We're not in Ohio anymore.
Yeah,
Patrick Sandy grew up about 45 minutes. So when did you get the itch to start doing this by yourself? And when does Kyle come into play?
Well, me and Kyle were roommates in college.
So you got into it before him?
We got into it at the same time, but with different people. He got into it with our buddy Mac, who just is kind of like live off the earth, smart PhD guy, but just like super into like making everything and that type of person.
Sounds like
very
Kyle.
Smart. Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
And so they started brewing together. I don't know if me and Kyle ever brewed together until I moved out to Fort Collins and started working for it.
So Clawhammer started in Colorado?
It started when Kyle was in Asheville originally.
And then
Kyle moved to Asheville after college. And started as like, a hobby side hustle.
While working construction. I know we both have construction backgrounds.
Yeah, and then he moved from construction to, because he had a master's. He got a master's before I got my undergrad, pretty much. We started at the same time.
Yeah, Kyle's quite the engineer.
Yeah, he's really bright. So, he worked construction for a while down here, and then he got, I believe, a job in green energy. But this is, the side hustle where after work, he'd be down in the digi basement till, midnight making copper parts, to sell on the internet.
I've seen those early YouTube videos too. Those have some serious views. Those time-lapse videos where he's building a still, those copper stills.
There's some old videos on
Go back on that
channel.
When we get off tonight. Go check those out. Those have like 500,000 views on those. That was the golden age when YouTube was the Wild Wild West.
No one was doing anything.
No, and if you go back and look at Barbecue Larry's videos or maybe Brian's or anybody who's been around for 10 years, all of their videos have 6-figure views. Everybody's video crushes.
Well, it's like the old Brewing TV videos too, man.
Didn't matter how good the production was. Didn't matter how fast or pace.
Did you watch the Brewing TV videos back in the
No.
day?
When I first got into brewing, I think you guys were around. I don't think Martin was around, the Homebrew Challenge.
Okay.
Probably short circuited. And
Gotcha.
and it wasn't like channels at that point. Like if I was to Google all grain homebrew, it'd just be some random guy that put up a video
Gotcha.
in his kitchen that has 500,000 views, and he only had like 4 channels, and one of them was how to do an oil change, one of them was how to barbecue, one of them was how to brew beer, and then one of them was just, I don't know, him opening up Christmas presents. It wasn't like now where people are trying to put out weekly content, and your channel is your channel, right? Like if you're doing automotive stuff, you're doing automotive stuff. If you're doing barbecue stuff, you're sticking with that. If you're vlogging, you're vlogging. Back in the day, it was just like, hey, let's just film something and put it on the internet. You know, like this guy would have a viral video of his kittens chasing some yarn, and then he'd upload another video of like his kid playing soccer. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like what? Like they didn't.
Dude, old YouTube was awesome.
Old YouTube was awesome. It was pretty much an extension of Break TV or Break.com. But it was kind of like people were seeing pranks that would go viral, college websites, college humor. And
Right.
And then I don't know, maybe it was Epic Meal Time back in college. That was the first channel I noticed that was like, we're going to put out weekly content. We're pretty much going to be like a sitcom or a terrestrial channel on television every Wednesday at 9:00. Yeah. And I'm sure they got it from somewhere. I'm sure there was plenty of people that were doing that format before them. That's just the first one I could remember, maybe like 2009 or 2010.
Yeah, man, I don't know, I remember when I bought my first house in Akron. I remember like doing a bunch of construction on it, and I was painting it, and I remember I just had my TV up, and I remember vividly, for whatever reason, just watching Brewing TV videos.
Who was it?
What's that?
Who is Brewing TV?
That's Northern Brewer back in the day. Had a channel called Brewing TV.
Okay.
Chip Walton produced it or filmed it back in the day.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were more of like a Brewdog thing. Okay, yeah. Chip is Chop and Brew for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Chip, if you're in here, say something.
Because he's been on here before, Chip, right?
Yeah, we got Annihilated Drunk. I think that was one of the few I had to take down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he's due for another one. He was drinking.
I bet. Did you catch him like right after he had his kid, and he was just trying to get loose?
I caught him drinking like 13% beers all night. That's what I caught, and I was probably fueling the fire, as I do, especially when I'm drinking. And then I don't know. You look at the chat, and people are like, Simcoe's Mosaic or hit the brakes or something. And then in the morning, he was like, did I blow it or this and that? I was like, I just took it down, man. Don't worry about it. Like, it's whatever happened or said. No one's ever going to know. No one will ever know.
That's hilarious, though.
But Chip, so that was before Northern Brewer obviously sold out to Budweiser, way long before that.
Oh, yeah, it's years ago. Oh, yeah. I mean, some of those videos have got to be 10, 12, 15 years old, I would think.
Was Northern Brewer even around, or did that become Northern Brewer?
No, it was like, if for whatever reason, it wasn't like on the Northern Brewer like YouTube channel. It was just called Brewing TV, but it was Northern Brewer.
It was Northern Brewer what? Employees?
Yeah, and they would use their equipment and showcase their equipment. Okay, but it wasn't like branded on it. I don't know. Like, you'd probably have to ask Chip on that, but and maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's its own YouTube channel, just Brewing TV. I may be completely wrong.
They kind of screwed the pooch on that. I mean, you definitely want to have all your brands kind of under the same handle, but this is YouTube. People didn't know what the hell. Yeah,
dude, this is a long time ago. So
like 2010.
They were great. I still reference some of those videos. Like, there's some really good videos they made. But yeah, I'd say they're probably like the OG like brewing content. And we started making videos. Like, I was like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, like that would be the style of content. We didn't, obviously, we're nowhere near it. It's completely different, but. I always thought those were enjoyable videos. Still do.
What year do you think this was?
man.
When did Clawhammer? Clawhammer's been put out.
What year is it now? 2022.
Tuesday.
12. Pre 2010 probably.
When did YouTube come out?
When I was in college, I think in early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s.
I want to go look that channel up now. Brewing TV, because
12 years ago.
Everybody talks about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't quote me on dates. I have no idea.
Fair enough.
I don't even know what year it is.
More Beer is slowly stepping up their YouTube game. I caught that too. Christopher Vodka.
I noticed that too, yeah.
There's a lot of people stepping up their YouTube game. And you know what I almost did today? I almost watched all of Treehouse's video, and it was like 45 minutes long on their canning line, and it was great.
That's the one that just came out a couple days ago?
And it's got some shine. It's got a lot of views.
I think they're at like close to 10K on that video, yeah.
I think it's a lot more than that. And they don't have that many subscribers. That means it's hitting a lot of unique visitors.
Well, that first video they put out blew up.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works. Unless it just gets a lot of shares on their Facebook or their Instagram.
No, dude, no one knows how it works. Except Mr. Beast. He's figured it out.
They've got to have serious followers on their socials, though. I mean, you put that in there and you get your employees to share it because it's not subscriber. It's not.
But it showed up in my recommended feed, though.
Same with mine. Yeah, I didn't get that.
So it's brewing related.
It's brewing related. Same with Tailgate out in Nashville. They're pushing YouTube content now. And I talked to my buddies back in San Diego. I'm like, dude, you got to start a YouTube channel. Half of them don't want to hear it. More than half. They're like, nah, we're sticking with Instagram. I'm like, if you guys got in the game 5 years ago, you could be crushing it right now. And they're not doing sketch comedy. They're not doing... And the videos that my buddies did do back in San Diego on YouTube were like, hey, let's have a skateboard team come in and like skate our bar. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like, my dad sees that and he's like, well, you just grinded that thing? I'm trying to eat my food off? Like, I don't give a shit about that. But when it's actually brewing related and you're going through the process and this is the owner, I'm going to stick around a little bit more. So I think that video content, specifically on YouTube, but if you can get it going more on your Instagram reels and posts and stuff like that, I think that's the way to go for brands and breweries.
Yeah. So my dates are way off. So any date I said is way off.
Join the club.
The 2000s are a bit of a blur. 2000 until about...
Ron Barnes says 2005.
Till 2018 are kind of blurry.
Yeah, same with me. But we got a lot of people in the comments helping us out right now.
Yeah, there they go.
Northwest Small Batch Brewing, what's up, man? Thanks to everybody who just became a member. That was a lot that came through. I've never seen that before. Shout out to Kim Hill if he's still here. Brewing Bad, Northwest Small Batch, Patrick Sandy. Look at yourselves. This used to show up, and whoa. Much love to all you guys. But
there's so much to read.
And the Treehouse is a weird brewery to me because
where are they based out of?
That's
California.
That's my next question. What's bigger, the brewery or the city? Because I want to go to Treehouse now because of their YouTube channel. I don't know where they are. I know they're up by Boston or Rhode Island, but I don't know.
Oh, they're New England.
They're New England?
I don't know. I bet so.
Gnome brings it up, and I know it's up there, but all that is kind of a blur to me up there. It's all just kind of like one little...
Dude, I'm the worst with like knowing anything like beer related in terms of like what's going on.
Kim Hill. Look at this guy,
kind of out of the loop.
This guy's a machine. Kim Hill gifted another 10 subscribers or 10 memberships, man. Much love, Kim Hill. I see you, dog.
Damn, Kim.
I see you, man. Stephen Plass, what's up, my dude? Stephen Plass always showing love. He was hanging out on the birthday stream. Billy Schweisbier, Treehouse, Massachusetts. That's New England, right? Yeah, New England, Massachusetts. Yeah. What up, Coach Chillin'?
Carlton, Mass. Okay. Charlton, I could read.
So let's go back to you and Kyle. So you and Kyle are brewing with different people, two people getting you into it. When do you guys kind of, hey, you want to get together and do a brew day?
After he hired me.
in Fort Collins?
Yeah, so he moved to Asheville. I moved to Steamboat, Colorado for a while, and then moved back to Akron where I grew up. And then I worked IT, which is what I went to college for I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
At least that's a real major though. It's not, art history or something.
Yeah, it was like one of the first IT programs that at least our university offered. It was like systems management. It was a really great program, and had I had my shit together, dude, like, and it wasn't like PhDs teaching it. It was like people in the field that drove in from Columbus that were working either in banks or whatever. They were all like, they weren't academics. They were actually, working the industry. And every Saturday, they'd have the school would drive a bus up to Columbus, Ohio, and they take like Cisco tests and all these certifications. So like when everybody graduated from my class, everybody had all these certifications. I never went because there's no way in hell I was getting up on Saturday morning to go take like a Cisco test to get a certification.
Something tells me you partied harder than the average guy in your 20s.
Yeah, I went pretty hard.
Because you keep it pretty mellow. When we go out in Asheville, we partied a couple times. I've been with you 4 or 5 times, and you have like 1 or 2 beers, and then you call it. Like you're way more disciplined than me.
Well,
you figured it out.
Yeah. You go home and finish it off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what you were doing. Yeah. I thought you were going to bed.
I mean, you don't need to be out in public, getting in trouble.
Spending money. Yeah.
Right. Spending money.
Ben Spain. What up, dog? Ben Spain gifted 5 memberships. The Hoppy Hour. Much love, Ben Spain. Somebody else from him just joined too. Who's that up there? Who is that up there? Smash that thumbs up. Northwest. Always looking out.
John Spiegel's from Ohio.
Nick Hatter, what's up, man? We might get 100 people in here tonight. On a sober stream. Nice. 2 out of the last 3 have been
I'm not sober.
Well, yeah. You
speak for yourself.
Man. Yeah, I've been carrying us, man. Now it's your guys' turn to I'm passing the torch to you.
I haven't had a drink since we brewed with Dissolver a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Yeah, that was great, man.
What about the audio though? I forgot about filming at breweries and trying to get good audio.
I think we're gonna do a lot of voiceover.
Yeah,
I think
good call.
And then put some sweet B-roll in it. Is I think what we're gonna have to do, just because it's so loud in them. But those dudes are cool, man. Their beer's great. Their art's great.
Mike's cool as shit, man.
Dude, they're both cool as shit.
Mike's the owner.
Him and Vince, yeah.
Him and Vince, yeah. So if anybody's ever out in DeSalvo,
and I think there's other folks that have ownership as well, but I believe they're the founders, main owners, I would think. So
yeah, Mike was cool.
Dude, their beer is great. So yeah, the brew day.
I'm taking credit for a little bit of that because I think I connected Kyle with Mike through Highwire in Knoxville. Or did you know Mike before that?
We had a meeting with them a couple years ago.
Oh, never mind.
It was like during COVID, like right after they opened.
Yeah, I lie like shit.
But I think you rekindled it when you came back down because we had like an hour meeting. It was super cool, but it was also like the middle of the pandemic. And it's like,
yeah, everything's kind of flaring out. No one's meeting up after that first hangout.
And then when COVID let up and they were allowed, when they opened back up, people were coming in. They're finally making money because they literally opened right before the pandemic started.
You know what? And everybody hypes up Dissolver. Everyone's like, you got to go to Burial and Dissolver. When you go to Asheville, you have to go to Burial and Dissolver. And in my mind, I thought Dissolver had been around for a decade.
No, they're very new.
They're very new, and they already have very good word of mouth, which is rare. Especially in Asheville, where it's great beer and more competitive than the average small city.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know.
Dissolver.
And being downtown might help.
They spell it weird. They spell a little bit weird too.
DSSOLVR.
Yeah, I don't know what the thought process behind that is, but Mike was cool, and I'm looking forward to that video. But I did talk to Kyle after that. He's like, dude, Filming audio sucks. It's like that. What you just said, just do voiceover. Get the B-roll, slow motion, and then get Mike or the other owner back over to your house and maybe do that interview. You know, where you could control the sound a little.
And we can easily just go down there in their office, you know, and do it. But
yeah.
But I mean, I think in terms of like a video concept,
I'm gonna drink 12 Dr. Peppers tonight.
What is that? Is that
I don't know. Virgil's handcrafted vanilla cream. I mean, I'm not drinking tonight, but I'm also not sober. I mean, I was huffing bath salts in the bathtub, you know. So
can you get a prescription?
I got a script for that. Yep, I got a script for that.
Medical.
It's medical,
but not recreational.
Medical bath salts. IPA, medical bath salts IPA. I got a super chat here from Chris Radiation going under the name George Santos tonight. Super chatted $10.69. I'm so glad I invented brew tubing for you guys to enjoy. Shout out to George Santos, man. Come on down. Wow. And
I don't know how you're keeping up with all the chatting.
I think I permanently have ADHD, so it kind of helps. I've got like chameleon eyes, you know, like one's up there and then one's kind of looking at the chat down here. But we're getting a lot of love tonight. We're almost at 100 people in the chat. Fernando,
how do you know how many people are in here?
I'm on Streamlabs. You could pull it up on YouTube. It's actually 97 on Streamlabs. And over here I'm on YouTube, and it says 99.
I felt like we were about to stream a video game. It's like, what is happening?
We tried to do that and it bombs. It bombs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to keep that separate. We've tried to do that a couple nights with Mario Kart, and I'm going to do that on Twitch. But right now I'm locked out. I'm locked out of my Twitch thing. But it's
shocking.
It's just a different. One thing I've learned, and Lawson taught this to me, was that which is he was your old videographer, talented guy.
I know who Lawson is.
La Dog, Thelma and Louise. Yeah. Gina
super
Davis.
Talented.
Yeah, super talented. Looks like a 1984 version of Gina Davis. But he was saying you have to keep certain platforms to different platforms. You got to keep your different platforms like with that realm, you know? Does that make sense? No.
Yeah, so what is Discord?
It's pretty much like, what is Discord? It's pretty much like Reddit meets not anonymous stuff. So people have to be nicer and kinder to each other.
Is it all video based?
No, it's like AOL Instant Messenger. It's like
IRC, like from back in the day.
It's like Reddit. You've got your channel or your server, and then I'll create little sub channels. You know, I'll have Homebrew for Life, and in that we've got football, we've got baseball, we've got video games, we've got shout outs to people who are putting.
How do you join?
Super secret, double probation. I don't know, but you just click on the link in the description of this video, but the link expires every 7 days. So people hit me up and they're like, hey, that Discord link doesn't work. I don't know why Discord does that. And I've tried to change it and it goes back to the default. I don't know why, but the one in this bio will be here for 7 days. So get on in there, everybody.
Discord is like the not annoying group text. That I love that.
Discord's cool, you know, and I send people there. Big shout out to Elementary Bruco. What's up, Brian? Much love, you, Braj. Hope everything's good out there in California and everyone's staying warm. He's got he's one of the few guys that's got the Clawhammer fermenter, right? One of 3, one of 2.
Yeah,
we'll talk about
such
that.
A bummer.
We'll talk about that later.
On that. Yeah, it's such a bummer on those. But yeah, dude, I can't wait to get those out. They're gonna be sweet.
I know
they are sweet, but we just can't get them out yet.
I would have used it in the last video if you guys told me I shouldn't, but I would have, and that would have saved me 3 gallons of beer.
I know. I saw that video.
You caught that video?
Did you dump it on top of Star Sand keg? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I had 1.5 gallons of Star Sand in there, and I hit up Peter from Genus, and I was like, "You're a wild man. What would you do with this?" He's like, "I'd still keg it off and drink it." I'm like, "Dude, there's no way."
That's a lot.
It's like 40-60
That's a high
ratio.
percentage.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just make Pruno at that point. I mean, it'd be a different story if I didn't do the split batch. It would just been a nightmare. But at
least you had beer.
At least I still have beer, and I want to see. I did,
and you're not drinking. You weren't drinking that month anyway, so
I'm not drinking this month anyways. And
This month,
and I've
gotcha.
still got, I did some damage to it last Wednesday. I drank about a gallon of it. So what's a gallon? 8 pints. What's a growler? 64 ounces. So I did probably a third of it last Wednesday, just chugging 20-ounce mugs of it. And I want to know when I come back to it in March if it's going to be bitter at all, because I did roast dark grains. I did sparge for about 45 minutes. And a lot of people throw the dark stuff in at the end.
You're gonna get the tannin extraction.
I'm gonna get some lower acid beer than I thought. I think so. It's gonna be maybe another video or something to come back to for a YouTube short or something like that.
Gotcha.
But it's still there. It looks good. Anvil sent me a keg, the Chubby. It's kind of like the fermenters. What's the all-in-one rounders kind of knockoff, cheaper version of that?
What are plastic ones?
Plastic ones. It's big. It takes up a lot of space in the kegerator, or my
Gotcha.
Keyser, and I had it plugged in for a week, and after a week I went back to it, and my brand new CO2 tank had leaked out, and I nosed through the PRV valve in that plastic thing because now I have it connected to a corny keg, and it's airtight.
Dude, gas leaks suck.
Yeah, that could.
I know you mentioned that in your video today, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, it sucks. If it happened to me recently, it's going to be in a video. Yeah, if it's fresh in my fuck ups, it'll make the reel. What up, Joe? Freezing Lebanon, Blackwood Brews in the house. I was wasted last week. Great stream. Me too, dog. Cheers to Blackwood.
I got beer.
Look at this Viking over here. Yeah, I'm not drinking tonight, man. You got to play catch up. You got to overcompensate for me. Is Kyle still there? I don't think you can hear me without the headphones on. 28 days is better than 31. What up, Sparger Brewing? What's up, dog? Todd Porter. Ricky Nielsen. Are you sticking with the same 13% beer? Petey McEnroe knows what's up. Torpedo kegs all day. What up, Jonathan Elliott? What's up, Brunch?
Come here.
All right.
This was only 12.
What do you got right now? I'm going from kombucha to vanilla cream soda to...
Are you drinking diets or are you drinking full sugar?
I'm drinking full sugar, but that's a good question because I do drink diet soda now, and I think that means that we're old. You know, when Diet Coke starts tasting really good, I think that means you're pushing 40.
I can't do diet. I could do like the zero.
That's diet to me. That's all. Like when it's low calorie shit, it's all diet.
Oh, dude, if I drink a Coke, forget about it.
All right, so here we're going in. We're going in for the deep end. And Emmett, the funny shit about this, I went to one of those expensive stores where everyone wears masks, and it's 3 times the price as everything as like a Kroger or a Albertsons or a Safeway. Aside from that cream soda I just bought, that was $2. This kombucha right here, $5. This thing right here, no clue what it is. I mean, it says apple cider vinegar prebiotic, your daily dose of wellness.
How many
$6
kombuchas are you gonna drink tonight? Will that fuck your stomach up?
We'll see. I mean, if it does, I think that'll be good, right? If you drink,
I feel like you might shit your pants.
we'll see. You know, and I don't think that's a bad thing unless I'm live on this stream. But I mean, if you drink something, like what was the old weight loss thing we used to wrestle in high school? You drink like the prune juice, the concentrated prune juice, something juice, and it just like shit through a goose, man.
Yeah,
you clean yourself out.
Yeah, you wrestlers are crazy.
Wrestling was like the most unhealthy sport of all time. Aside from MMA, people can gain and lose 10 pounds in one day. It's crazy.
I went to a big wrestling high school, and like, dude, those kids would get in before weigh-in, run around the gym with their sweatsuits on for like 6 hours.
That was me.
It was crazy, dude. I was like, there's no way.
I got ringworm and then quit. But yeah, everyone's ears are all disgusting. Broccoli ear, cauliflower ears. Wrestling was gnarly.
It was gnarly, yeah. It was crazy.
I remember
those dudes were nuts.
Being like in a human pretzel position. You've got those things on. Your coach is like screaming in your ear, but all you hear is like the sounds of the ocean. You know, like whales, because it's like putting a seashell up to your ear. Your coach is just chewing you out in front of your parents. He's like, "This sucks."
While you're wearing like a singlet.
We should have played tennis. Yeah. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. Oh my god.
What flavor is it?
Apple cider vinegar with honey. Oh, gingy lemon honey. Down there. Spill this all over my keyboard. No, but this is cool. Hold up what you're drinking.
I don't think this camera can zoom.
You got to bring it in. You've got a great camera. I've just got
cameras. I think Kyle has it set for like far. I think he has it like set on my face.
Pull it back a little bit. Like you just put it by your face. There you go.
Can you see that though?
I can see a 6. I can see that we have 100 people in here right now.
Oh,
we did it, man. I think this is the 4th or 5th time. It's happened with Kyle, Brewlosophy, Martin, Homebrew Challenge.
Martin Keene, what a bad man.
Did they put out a video after all the hype video
for
about
Brewlosophy?
The Brewlosophy and the Homebrew Challenge collab for, well, I guess tomorrow would be the first Thursday of February.
Yeah, no, Martin put one out a couple days ago on his channel.
The sparkling
mill grain.
wine.
Sparkling wine. He just put that one out too. I haven't
He's
seen
back.
That one yet.
He's back. Yeah. CH's mom drew 100 guys one time. Who told you that? Who told you that?
Oh, that was good.
Dude, everyone's telling me to watch White Lotus now. Are you caught up with Last of Us?
Huh?
Last of Us, HBO?
What's that?
Never mind.
The video game show?
Yeah. Played the video game too.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
It's worth checking out.
I'm so bad at watching.
Oh yeah, you're the one guy that doesn't watch TV.
I mean, I do, but not great. I'm not good at it.
What was like the last movie you saw? Like Zoolander 2 or something? Jackass 4? I don't know.
In the theater, the last movie I saw was Bad Santa 2.
We were outside on the Claymore porch and you told me that you'd just seen Jackass 4 but hadn't seen a movie for years before that or something.
That's right, yeah.
That's crazy.
The latest Jackass. That's right. That was the last movie I saw was the latest Jackass. It was fantastic.
So what do you do in your home? Do you read books?
I'm not much of a reader. We play games. We game. Me and my girlfriend both play some video games. So
okay.
I dick around in my garage a lot.
Oh yeah, you collect VW bugs.
Not bugs. Vanagons.
Vanagons, yeah.
Yeah, the vans.
Yeah, how many of those?
I don't collect them, but
I think you do.
I mean, I have a collection right now, but
how many vans do you have? How many vans down by the 4?
4,
okay,
but only one run. So the 3 of them are projects. So
to get back to running, or just you just buy it and then use it for parts.
One will probably be parts for another, but should have the idea would be to have 3 running and sell my current one and keep 2 would be ideal.
How do you get into Vanagons?
I don't know. I kind of always I grew up in a very academic household where my dad was a professor, my mom was a teacher. Everyone's very, very well educated. But I hated school and wasn't very good at it. And I enjoyed working with my hands and
blue collar tools.
I just enjoyed that stuff, but I've never really had a chance to do it because, I went to high school and then I went to college and I got a job. And now, I have time. I'm older. We don't have kids, so I got plenty of time in the evening and weekends to dick around. And it's something I've always wanted to do. So,
but a lot of people do muscle cars. A lot of people do desert cars, fast cars.
Right.
Vanagon, you're the one-off person I know that has a passion for Vanagons.
I mean, just like anything, you're gonna find an online supportive community.
Okay. And is it the engine, or is it the cosmetic, the shape of it, or do they not make them anymore?
They don't make them anymore. We use them. We use it to go camping a lot.
Okay.
So they're made for camping.
Okay, you're putting it to use. It's your weekend ride.
Yeah. So we go out. We'll go up. We do a lot of camping in Tennessee.
Smoky Mountains.
Camping, a lot of camping in North Carolina. I love it. So you can pop out for a weekend, a night. Just inexpensive way to, travel. And but I also enjoy, like, I learned how to, pull an engine from a Subaru, and I bought a kit from a company out in Fort Collins my buddy Mike owns, called Rocky Mountain Westy, where it's kind of like Kyle's moonshine still kit that he created. They send you parts, and you put it together, and you put a Subaru engine in your Volkswagen so you can go above 50 miles an hour. So
That's pretty cool.
It's I don't know, I enjoy it. It gets me out of it gets me out of the house, gets me learning something new. I bought a welder, trying to learn how to weld. It's all stuff I've wanted to do, but now I have a space to do it and the time to do it. So,
Haven't
it's
been
been
to
fun.
haven't been to your house yet. Been to Kyle's house. Been to the Clawhammer place. I'd imagine you live pretty close because Asheville's pretty small. Everything's small.
It's small,
compared to San
and we both
Diego.
live on the west side. So I'm about, I'm about a mile and a half from the office.
Okay,
So,
which is nothing. And you have your own garage and your own man cave out there where you can.
yeah. So yeah, I built a pretty big garage last year out there.
You built it?
No. It's a pole barn, so very inexpensive way to get a lot of space. So
I might be asking you questions about that after. Because
it came out great.
And I got bad news for you, man.
What's that?
I might be looking to buy a house in Asheville.
Oh, really?
Kind
sweet.
of. It would be sweet, and it's not like I'm going to come bombing in on your guys' world.
Dude.
If I can afford in Asheville, I'm going to buy in Asheville. And I could, I'd pour beer at a brewery that's from Asheville if I could transfer that over there. I think I can pull it off if I get a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom in Asheville. Because
That's what we have.
That's what you have. But
Yeah, I
there
don't know.
but there are $100,000 more in Asheville than Knoxville.
Yeah, it's gotten stupid here.
Well, I'm from San Diego, so everything's still.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything's cheap. Yeah.
everything's still cheap. But I was kind of doing the math, and I was talking to my dad a little bit, and I think I could pull this off if I want to pour beer 4 nights a week, and I was
That'd be
thinking
great.
about that would be great, because maybe we could help out and shoot each other's, co-host each other's videos when I get burned out of my shitty face. You guys come in, and I know that I think Ross went from Colorado to California now, so he's long gone.
Yeah, they're gonna be in Fort Collins, but I believe they're doing some work for the brewery in California for a little bit. Yeah, but they'll be based out of Fort Collins.
They'll be in Colorado. I hit him up a couple
yeah.
weeks ago, sent him some love. I know he's going through all the cancer treatment and stuff right now, so
Yeah, which
send the
sucks,
vibes
yeah.
out to Roscoe. He's got that weird form of cancer that not a lot of people have, which means that there's not a lot of research behind it, if I understand the situation a little bit.
Yeah,
But any which way, yeah. I mean, it's probably, there's a 75% chance I'm going to buy a house in Knoxville, and there's a 25% chance I'm going to buy a house in Asheville. And I think Chattanooga is off the out of the conversation at this point. But it
Yeah.
is cheaper. It is cheaper.
and you definitely want to buy somewhere versus just like
I have
renting and
to.
chilling.
I have to. It
Yeah.
would make this whole move from California thing worth it. I can't just come out
And
here.
it'd make you be like, okay, I'm here now.
Buy a house, put some money into it. That's why I was kind of curious about your garage situation, because I'll probably end up building a garage myself, which means no YouTube videos for probably 2 or 3 weeks. But I could do that.
Dude,
That's-
film, dude, garage videos get so many views.
It would be like a brew cabin video.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people think me and Brew Cabin have bad blood. We don't at all. And I'm actually a huge fan of that guy's content.
Dude, his videos are so well produced.
They're too good. It was like 2.5.
They're very well done.
Did you watch the YouTube channel 2.5 Pints?
Uh-uh.
They're from
Did I?
Knoxville. Their last video was about, I think, an Italian Pilsner, but they gave it like a parody of The Godfather with, who's the guy that passed away? Marlon Brando and
That sounds familiar.
Michael Corleone. But they just didn't know about YouTube. When you're brand new to YouTube, don't make 25-minute videos, and don't put in too much production, or else you're going to burn yourself out. Because that video is not going to go viral anymore. 11 years ago, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But now there's just everyone's got a YouTube channel. But no, that I would love to make a video of me pouring slab and then
Dude, I mean,
pressure treated wood, you know,
well,
just
when I was building my garage, I just searched garages for like, you know, a year before I pulled the trigger. And like those videos get serious views, and then like it'll be like, you know, a video on a dude putting insulation up that gets, you know, a couple 100,000 views. Like, it's pretty wild. Like, when you start looking into that stuff.
And I do feel
like, not even specific about brewing or whatever. It's just like
how to add a water heater to an outside bathroom. How do you get hot water outside? Something like that.
Yeah,
but
heat pump insulation or whatever. Yeah.
I wouldn't have insulation, but I would.
Dude, I got nothing out there. I got electricity, and that's it.
Did you run it yourself? Yeah, you had to have if you put the garage in.
Our buddy Greg came out and ran the wire.
Yeah, see, and this scares me in California. I would never do something like this, just with all the permits and OSHA and neighbors calling the cops and stuff like that. But in Tennessee, shit, man, I'll just run an extension cord out there. I'm not digging 18-inch trenching, you know. Out here, it's a different world. You got a lot more freedom out here.
Yeah, I mean,
today we're gonna pour some slab. I loved pouring slab.
It depends how cool your neighbors are and how cool you are with them. I guess, you know. It
Renting
depends if you're in the city or not too. You know, if you're outside the city limits, a lot of times it doesn't matter either.
The name of the game right now is for me to buy a house, 2-bedroom, 1-bath for about $250,000. My mortgage would be about $1,600, which is pretty much what I'm paying now. And I can finally put stuff into it. You know, my house right now, if you come over here, Emmett, it's like pretty much one step up from prison. There's not much going on. I really want to get this deposit back. There's no reason I shouldn't. And
when's your lease up?
Yeah, good question. A lot of good questions tonight. Next month, and I talked to the landlord, and he's not going to jack the rent up. So my rent's still going to be $1,500.
Could you do month to month?
I'm doing month to month as well. I've actually got to sign a lease tomorrow. His wife sent me over like a 13-page thing. All the pets deposits and stuff that I just got to skim over really fast. And then
do you have pets?
No. Well, I've got 2 stray cats. Yeah, we got 2 stray cats.
Will you bring them with you?
I probably will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably steal the shit out of them. And they're going to be in the weight loss video. They're my cheerleaders. To buy a house, $250,000, and I can afford that forever. I don't know what it's like out here, but in California, you have to live in a house for a year, maybe 2 years now, and then you could rent it out, you know, which prevents people from having monopolies. You can't just buy and then put a renter in there. Like, you actually have to live in a house for 2 or 3 years in California. I don't know how it's.
I've never heard of that.
Mortgage fraud. Yeah, there's such a thing. But maybe
not.
You
can just buy a house and rent it out. I'm pretty sure here.
I hope that's the case. I do hope that's the case. Yeah. Or
I'm not a real estate agent, but
I've
never heard of that.
A lot of what my friends are doing in California is they'll buy a house, or they'll do an extension of their house. So they'll either live in that, or they'll live in the house and they'll rent it out to traveling nurses. You know, you can do the Airbnb thing, but there's more.
Like a long-term rental.
Yeah, and these people are partying their asses off. And, you know, and the long-term rental gets weird. You know, traveling nurses, people are there for 6 months. They're in, they're out. No one's fighting over a deposit back. They want to leave too. They're not going to squat. You know, they have money. They're nurses, so they're not going to be partying all the time like college kids. You can charge a little bit more than a 1-year lease. That's kind of the way people are going. Some of my friends are going. But my friends who do the Airbnbs, there's a lot more maintenance involved. And I talked to Kyle about that. I'm like, what happens if there's a stain on your rug or there's something broken? Like, how do you approach them and try to get their credit card or for them to pay for it? He's like, by the time you finally found it, what's broken, 4 other people stayed there, and you don't even know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. So
you're not going to figure it out.
There's a reality to that, but that's kind of the gist. I've been in Knoxville for a year at the end of February. At the middle of March, it'll be a year. Yeah.
That's crazy. Dude, I don't know where time goes anymore.
I know.
I feel like this summer, it's going to be a good summer.
This is going to be a good year because I finally figured YouTube out. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm working with a guy who's helping me out with my thumbnails and what I should call things and stuff like that. My views are, people are getting click on my shit a lot more than if I just put my shitty face on there. And I'm working with a dude, so that I'm getting notifications from Google.
The clickbait magic.
The clickbait magic. I'm getting notifications from Google. Like people are clicking and sticking around longer, and that feels good.
And they're great videos. So I mean,
so thanks to anybody who's watching the recent Homebrew for Life stuff. And I've got work pretty much full time at a brewery. I traveled a lot right when I came out here. I'm doing Tampa Bay in March. After that, I'm kind of chilling. And this is like the first time in my life where I can like just throw money into savings each month. You know, in California, you're breaking even. You're putting shit on credit cards way too much, minimum payments, and you're never going to buy a house if you haven't by now. So this is the first time in my life where don't need a roommate, don't have a girlfriend, significant other. I'm paying for everything, and I can just save. I'll take a whole paycheck and just throw it into savings. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and I should be able to. You know, I'm going to be 40 soon. So I just wish I would have done this 5 years earlier, man.
Dude.
5 years in Tennessee and 5 years on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you could say that about every part
You could say that about anything. You could say that about anything.
I could have done things so differently, but
right. No, I know.
You know, and you're in a good spot.
I'm in a great spot, man. You got to come out here, man.
Stray cats. You got 2 stray cats. You do it fine.
Moving on up, baby. I got HBO Prime. Got my Netflix. I got my YouTube. We're cruising, man.
Airbnb.
Today we're gonna clickbait you into oblivion. Later, Patrick, Sandy. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, Dan.
What up, Fernando? You know what the thing about clickbait is, though? There's really not such thing. I figured out because
people know what it is. Like, they know what they're signing up for, right?
Yeah, but I mean, but back in the day, you could have black hat clickbait, but nowadays you can't on YouTube because there's 2 factors about what gets videos shine. People clicking on it, and then your average view duration, people sticking around. So if me and Emmett have a video that says Eminem's newest hit song, and we have a thumbnail of Eminem, and then you click on it, and it's me and Emmett on our sofa looking like Tenacious D playing acoustic guitars, people are going to leave faster than 3 seconds. And that video won't even get showcased on any impression or homepage or recommended thing. So there's really no such thing as clickbait. If people stick around, they enjoyed that. So it really didn't matter what you called it. We get some trolls. I mean, at least that's what
I was laughing at Use of the Beast.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah.
You've got to get cat class, and you've got to get cat style. Ben Spain, what's up, man? You got to be putting money into the market account and really stack that interest. Here's what I want to do. I want to buy a house because I want to completely steal Clawhammer's ideas.
What's that? You mean Kyle's ideas?
Have that studio in a kitchen. You know, putting up that
you like that?
I love that. Putting up that 1x4 back there. Steal the same thing. Homebrew for Life in that big 4x4 circle, 48 inches by 48. Get the lights going from the ceiling.
Incorporate a sink.
You have a sink. Is it not big enough?
Yeah, it's on the other side.
What do you mean?
Like it'd be like.
Oh, you have the sink in the side with the shot?
Yeah.
Okay, like dude. What, you got to turn the camera on? And you do have lights over there. Kind of.
No, I'm just thinking like in terms of like.
What would make it easier?
Put a big like, you know. That's my only complaint about our studio set is. We don't have like a commercial sink.
It's good. You know, when I was watching the Clawhammer videos before,
I guess it's more relatable to like if you're brewing in your kitchen. I've just never brewed in my kitchen because I've always been relegated to like either the basement, outside, a garage.
This isn't getting as bad. This is getting better and better, I think.
So, I mean, you can brew in your kitchen, obviously, but it's just never something I was able to do.
No, you guys have a great setup. But it's funny because the set, when you're on TV or when I'm watching you guys on YouTube, it always looks way bigger. You know, when I'm there, I'm like, this gets small really fast. I want to stay out of these guys' ways. You know, Jess, Ross, you, cameras, Kyle. Lawson.
Yeah, I mean, the whole house is maybe 1,000 square feet, maybe.
But everyone's hanging out in that one room. Everyone's just in the kitchen.
And everybody's in 400 of it, right?
and everyone's in 400 of it,
If that, yeah.
and you've got the table in there, which is going to take up half. And we're not small guys. Me, you, Jesse from Stillet in there. I mean, like,
me and Jesse take up some real estate.
We're kind of crammed in the corner, but with the right lens, you can make anything work. Put it to 24 millimeter, a little bit wider, and I've never been to the Saturday Night Live set, but I've had friends that have gone, and they're like, I can't believe
it's tiny.
How you've been there. Yeah, like I can't
haven't,
believe.
No, but yeah, I've seen pictures. It's small. Yeah.
Yeah, but the way that they shoot it. They make it work.
You would never know.
You would never know.
It looks huge.
Yeah. So, power of production.
Yeah, dude. If you move down here, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that's something I'm throwing out there.
And if you don't move down here, that's sweet too. I mean, you're not that far.
No, I'm not. And it's kind of a bummer to hear you guys are hitting the brakes on video content. But
I think we're just changing gears.
Just throwing some more stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, I just think
I do it every day, man. I actually throw stuff at the wall. Throw my shit.
Right. Yeah, I think we're just, dude. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with it, so
we'll leave it at that. I don't want to piss anybody off. Kyle's in the other room.
No, he's not gonna be mad.
Kimmy
I just
Gibbler,
honestly,
just holding that pint glass up to the.
like I've always said, like,
your
videos are great. I'm like, well, great. I luckily don't have to do anything about it. Like,
you're the eye candy. You just sit there with
I just show up and
with a two-can Hawaiian shirt and just chill out.
I just ignore phone calls and emails while we do it.
Exactly. James Pilar wants to know what Emmett is drinking. Keep the kids out of the kitchen. There's no kids allowed at Clawhammer. Not even Kyle's. No girls allowed either. It's like Little Rascals Treehouse. I assume with 22-volt systems, you're all stuck to the laundry room?
Unless you run a 30-amp circuit somewhere else.
That's not my language.
But yeah, you could use the laundry circuit or run one, to a basement or garage.
What are you going to next, Kyle? Or Emmett, sorry. I'm going to get
What am I going to in terms of...
What beer are you going to drink next?
I mean, I'm still halfway through this 12.7%er.
Oh, my pee is going to look weird.
I brought a PBR.
There you go.
A Natty Light.
Now we're cooking with grease.
My move is I'll have like two, one or two really nice stouts or whatever I'm in the mood for.
Oh, yeah. You don't like IPAs.
I don't drink IPAs. And then I'll switch to like PBR or Bud Light or like I'm good for a couple craft beer. Unless they have, a nice, lager or whatever, I'll drink that all night. But back in the day, you couldn't, it'd be all IPAs. And
you burned yourself out on them?
No, I just never liked them. I've never been a fan.
But you drank them back in your 20s?
No, not really.
You don't like the taste of pine cone and bitterness?
No.
Fair enough. That's cool. I think that's super cool.
Yeah. I mean, so I would drink, like during Power Hour, I would drink the brown. They had a stout. But yeah, I'll have one here and there, but it's not my thing.
Yeah.
And it was tough for a long time. You couldn't get anything. Now it's my time to shine with, everybody making really nice lagers all of a sudden.
Lagers are the new IPA, Braj.
They are, man. It's great.
All right, we're going with peach
Northwest
lavender.
knows what's up.
Northwest always knows what's up. We still get 85 people here, an hour and 15 in. What up, Zach Pearson? What up, 8-Man? I don't like hoppy beers either. I'm kind of a malt, right? Ben Spain and Emmett are on the same program. All right, I'm going in with they use the word artisanal. It's either craft or artisanal now, right? With everything. Pizza.
Water.
Beer. Artisanal water. Smart water. Because you have to be...
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Artisanal.
It's artisanal.
Artisanal cigarettes. Artisanal lung darts. We're going with peach lavender.
Do you still smoke cigarettes?
No. That was another thing, too.
Did you quit?
Well, I quit, and then Peter from Genus came into town.
Yeah.
And... I went out with
a smoker, eh?
No, he's a runner.
No, he's not.
He's a nothing.
He's a runner.
He's a nothing.
Gotcha.
He's a teacher.
Okay.
Teaches kids how to run faster.
He's an adult.
Yeah, and I was with a buddy the night before, and I don't have too many friends out here. I'm pretty reserved, and I actually kind of enjoy that.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Coming from my my burnout background, and
I hear ya.
I had a buddy who's doing the law school out here at UT. He's my age, and he's a regular at the brewery that I work at. He invited me over to his place, literally right across the street, to watch that Cincinnati Bengals Ravens game.
Yeah.
And I went over there, and we had some IPAs, nothing crazy. And I was hitting up Peter, and I was like, hey, when are you coming in town? What's up? Because he was in Asheville, and Peter wasn't getting back to me, but Kyle was texting me. He's like, dude, I'm with Peter.
Kyle met up with him. That's right.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm with Peter right now. He's cool as shit.
Yeah, it's on the weekend. Yeah.
He's like, dude, you know he can run a 4-minute mile? Like, holy shit, you know how crazy that is? Because Peter was a Division I scholarship athlete at Washington State.
Like a track athlete.
Yeah. Peter's fast.
4-minute mile is insane.
4 minute 8 seconds was his fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never be able to break a 6-minute mile. Definitely not now.
We had to break an 8-minute to make varsity soccer, and I was a lap behind, and they just looked the other way.
Maybe we should try this. Maybe I'll try this again after I lose 25 pounds. And maybe I will lose weight, lose money, lose weight from going sober. Maybe I gain weight. How funny would that be if I just stay away from beer, go to the gym every day, and then check the scale?
You'll
February
definitely
28th,
lose weight. You'll lose weight if you've been drinking a lot.
250 pounds.
I mean, I quit drinking for a couple years in my 20s, and I went from like 280 to 210 doing nothing else but not drinking. Yeah.
I had a college roommate that was 300 pounds, and he just cut out canned food and lost 80 pounds. Didn't change anything else up. Just got rid of canned foods.
Like, what was he eating?
I don't know.
Canned everything?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Canned cake?
Canned beer? I don't know.
Canned beer, yeah. The beer will definitely do it, man. I mean, what? Every beer has 200 calories.
Yeah, and that's a theme that I'm bringing up in my weight loss videos. Like, beer's got this weird loophole that it doesn't have to put nutritional facts on the label. And the only time you really hear about beer and calories is when they're trying to like let you know they have minimal.
Well, Guinness has few compared to a lot of the other beers. They're a lower calorie beer.
That's good to know.
I forget what it is. 95, 100 calories, 105. They'll correct me in the comments, I'm sure.
I'd imagine Guinness is in your wheelhouse too. You like Guinness?
Oh, dude. I do. I do enjoy it.
Guinness is a weird beer.
I'll be the guy that's like, it's not good in the States.
Oh, you've been to Ireland?
I have a lot of family there. So
okay. Yeah, you look about as Irish as the day is long.
Yeah, my mom's sisters still live there, so
I want to go to Ireland.
Dude, you got to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be going this summer. Hopefully, we're looking at plane tickets now. My cousin's getting married, so gonna try and go for like 2 weeks.
I'm waiting on a passport right now, and they cashed it. I saw that on my bank account, $160 to get the passport and the little passport ID card.
Did it just expire because you were just doing your travel videos not that long ago?
I beat that by like a month, and that scared the shit out of me.
That is scary, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't. A passport doesn't work within 90 days because they want that 90-day window for a visa. Because if you get in and your passport expires, it's just kind of a weird thing. But they want a passport really expires 3 months before it says it on the date of your passport. And I was like right in that 2-week window, and I bought a ticket drunk one night, but I did buy the insurance. My ticket was like $1,100. I paid another $150 to make it fully refundable. So, but just to like, hey man, let's do this. And I drag a buddy into it. And I twist his arm. He's like, I don't know. And, I just, come on, man, you got to do this with me. We got to go. And then he's on board. And then for me to be like, dude, I can't do it, would have been fucked up.
Oh, yeah, but terrible.
He's in Czech right now. He's been there for the last maybe 3 weeks. He moved out there.
Moved there?
Yeah, my buddy who I went to Europe with over summer. He moved there, and his first day of teaching English is tomorrow. He's
teaching English as a foreign language.
That's the loophole on how to stay there longer. So
gotcha. He loved it.
Loved it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Makes a ton of money. Lived in LA. Traffic, people.
burned out.
high school town. He's from there, from Laguna Hills.
Gotcha.
So he moved out there. No kids, no wife. Makes more money than I think anybody I know. Kind of. One of my buddies from high school is the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. I'm sure he probably makes the most money. But
the football team?
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably making
couple
$100 a game.
Maybe $200 a game. His leverage was that he won the Super Bowl with the Rams as an offensive coordinator. But what's against him is being a first-year coach because they don't last that long. And I think it's mostly incentive-based. But you're going to have that base pay of maybe $1 to $2 million. But some of those coaches out there make like $15 million now. Sean Payton, Bill Belichick. Those guys make a lot of money.
Dude, they make a ton of money.
Make a ton of money. What up, Kyle Roberts? Hey, I meant CH. Hey, you, Kyle. What's up, man? I'm trying to ace low-cal heavy body, but it's rough, barrages. I hear you, Ricky. Hey, you know what's crazy? Is I've been seeing way more non-alcoholic beers now in circulation. You know, first it was
the NAs.
Yeah, like craft NAs, and
which is great. That's a good thing.
It's a good thing, and I've heard that they're really good because I didn't like non-alcoholic beer before. I didn't like the
it was O'Doul's,
St. Pauli's Girl shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was hop water, and that got popular. And now I went to a bar a couple weeks ago, and I'm flipping through their, I don't know, maybe 4 or 6 pages. They had a whole list of non-alcoholic beers, and I was like, damn.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's so much. It's like getting competitive. Like there's so much.
I feel like the younger kids don't drink. They don't make the terrible choices that we made. I feel like.
I think you're right.
I feel like they don't drink nearly as.
I think you're right.
I remember when I lived in Fort Collins, which is a college town. Like, I'd be out till they threw you out of the bar too, with Kyle or whoever.
Yeah.
And dude, there'd be like no college kids out like a Friday night because they were like all getting up to like go climbing or biking, which is great. They're getting up to like do shit, and I'm like, we're like at that point, like 35, stumbling home. And it's like, where are all the college kids that should be out here? I just feel like they don't drink to the same extent that we did when we were younger.
I'll take it even one step further. Like when we were in high school, how many parties did you go to in high school where there was just, it felt like there's 1,000 people here. You've never been to this house.
Right.
Everybody's destroying every room.
Oh, yeah. Fights,
it's some freshman girl. Yeah, someone's fighting and destroying the mom's rose bushes.
Yep.
The jocks are hanging out, dominating the kitchen. This guy's smoking a joint in the master bedroom.
Yeah.
And this girl's going to get grounded for a month in the morning when her parents come home. That happened every weekend where I was from in Encinitas. That was just it. And if you had a party, if like some girl had a party and you saw her at school the next day, you're like, hey, was that your house? She was like, yeah. I was like, cool. Like that's cool that you did that, And it was before social media.
Mm-hmm.
Half of it was even before flip phones. It was like
all by high school was before flip phones. Yeah.
Flip phones came out my junior year, so it was pretty. Oh, that party got broken up. Okay, let's go meet at Mexico Viejo.
No, people still had pagers when we were in high school.
Pagers came out in the late 90s in my group of friends, and then 2001 people had the Nokia and the little phone. You could pull the antenna up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of on, But I don't think it happens anymore. Like there's not just kids just destroying their parents' houses weekend after every Friday and Saturday, 9 months round or whenever school's in session or not in session. I
distinctly remember my buddy Dustin, who lived up the street from me, there's a party at his house. For this, like the most vivid memory of like a high school party, as we were standing in the kitchen and just seeing someone like lift a kid up and just slam him on the kitchen table, and a wooden kitchen table just explodes. And like as we're just looking at us to be like, I don't think I'll be able to fix that.
someone got their ass kicked good, huh?
Dude. Yeah. For whatever reason, this is so funny to me. Like that shit was so funny.
Later
like,
elementary,
so hard.
Yeah,
that's he out.
He's out here. That's why I love that movie Breaking Bad. No, Super Bad so much.
Super Bad,
dude. That was I was Jonah Hill every single weekend of high school until I had your license, you know, but thinking you're friends with older people and trying to get someone to buy you beer, who's got the balls to actually use the fake ID, walk to the party, think your name drop. Oh, you know, my older cousin, or get in and, you know, to the senior party. And we always did. No one, it was actually kind of like a high score. Like, how many people could you have at your party? Like, dude, we had 100 people at this guy's party last week. That was cool.
How funny. I don't know.
There's no way kids are doing that nowadays.
I feel like at least the crew I hung out with, like hanging out with the seniors, like wasn't even on our radar. Minus like our friend's older brother.
Did you play sports?
I did, yeah.
You didn't think hanging out with older people or the seniors was?
I didn't drink until my senior year.
Okay, interesting.
I was a straight edge kid for a long time. Probably should have stayed straight edge.
Were you a church boy? Choir boy? Candle? Altar boy?
No.
Sweet boy?
Like straight edge hardcore, the punk scene.
MXPX. Oh yeah.
Like Snapcase. I don't know. More hardcore. But yeah.
Switchfoot?
I don't know.
Dare you to run? What up, Jeffrey Cunningham? Welcome to Barrage Army, man. What's up, Big Jeff? What's going on? Jeff of the G. G off.
Dude, were raves a big thing in abandoned warehouses when you were in high school?
There was a couple kids that would go to raves, and some of these guys were cool, and they would do ecstasy. And I was never into that. I was never like, I don't want to do ecstasy. Like when I was in high school, there was no cocaine. It was everybody just drank beer or smoked a ton of weed.
And usually both.
Usually both. And then when I left high school, that's when all the Oxycontins got big and heroin or whatever. Yeah. So I'm super grateful that wasn't around for me and my friends.
Yeah, I mean, dude, my grade school, there's so many kids that died of heroin overdoses. Like,
really?
From my sister's classes and my, not necessarily my class, like a little bit older than me.
No, I've had
hit, like heavily.
Yeah, we've had people die from heroin or fentanyl, but it wasn't in high school. Like they stuck around the party, like the hometown scene.
Yeah,
mid to late 20s.
Like a lot of it. I mean, yeah, it would have happened from early 2000s. You know, still happening probably. You know?
But did you know people in high school that were actually doing heroin or even coke or anything?
In high school? Yeah, but it would have been like friend's older brother.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
Shit, I'm never doing that.
Yeah, like cocaine is.
And
like
I wasn't even in high school.
That
like,
lives under the hill.
I probably would have been in grade school, but I'm never doing. Because
and all
they
these,
were,
and all these parents are
older.
All these parents are getting their kids hopped up on 25 milligrams of Adderall so they can pass classes.
But isn't that like I feel like Adderall was pushed heavily when we were kids. At least like my generation. I feel like kids in my class.
I remember there was a couple kids in elementary school that had Ritalin, and it wasn't like they had it. Like we all had the same amount of ADHD. Their parents just heard about it first, you know,
or they were doctors,
or their kid was just getting the shittiest grades. You know, that was such a big deal to parents. Like I want my kid to get such good grades. We didn't know why. To get into a good college, to get into debt. Like nobody knew that having a communications degree or business degree pretty much after the year like 2002 or 2003, like didn't fucking matter at all. You know, it was just like get good grades, get into college, and then life will just happen from there. But I think that was the parents that got the kids on the Ritalin and Adderall the most. And my college roommate literally, like I didn't know it till I did Adderall later, but he lost so much weight. He would take Adderall every day at noon. His parents were paying for it. His parents knew all about it. And the dude would just clean all the time. And we'd have parties, and he'd lock himself in the room, like read the dictionary, and just do all this little like arts and craftsy shit. You know, just take a poster, buy a Bob Marley poster, and then frame it. Just do dumb shit like that. Like you're a college kid. It doesn't need to be framed. It's a fucking gnome growing weed like the Keebler Elves theme. You know, it doesn't need a $60 frame to go around it. And then I did Adderall one day, and I was like, whoa, look at that cobweb up there. Like, I got to go get it and clean it really fast. I was like, I get it now. I get this whole why this guy was so skinny and was just cleaning all the time. And his parents got him on it.
Speed. It's basically just speed, right? You start that up, it's just cocaine, right? Essentially.
It's cleaner. It's definitely
Well,
a
yeah.
lot cleaner.
You know what you're getting.
I think it's cleaner than coffee. Sometimes I drink a lot of coffee and I'll get the jitterbugs and I'll get anxiety to the point where like I have to chill out and I don't want to do voiceover because I can hear it in my voice, but I don't think other people can. But that still kind of fucks with me, and I'll have to wait a little bit. But with Adderall, the way you want to do Adderall is don't do it every day. Do it maybe once a week.
No, I'd never want to do it.
You're too, I mean, it might work for you, but it might also kind of freak you out.
I'm not an upper man.
If you're hungover, it doesn't do anything. If you're drunk, it might straighten you out a little bit. But cocaine is like, if you took that 3-hour Adderall and just condensed it into 20 minutes, that's what you get. But what happens after that 20 minutes? You crash. You want more. Like you're wired. Now you're all depressed because it turned off like a light switch. You know, I was just talking to that stranger about my dog dying 20 years ago. I got to get the fuck out of here or get more cocaine. Adderall is just like way more condensed version of that. I'm sorry, cocaine is a way more condensed version of Adderall, in my opinion, in my mind. You know, because first time I did Adderall, I was actually texting people like, "Oh, dude, like, we need to hang out. I haven't seen you in a while." And it was like some guy I didn't even know from, I haven't talked to you since high school. Next day I'd be like, "What? Why was I doing that?" So you do feel kind of good when you're on it.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. So with that being said, we need to snort Adderall next time we go to Asheville. Just see what happens. We'll drink.
I'd rather
drink a bunch of IPAs.
I'd rather shoot like 6 shots of whiskey.
Do you smoke weed?
No. I mean,
did it get too strong for you?
It's always been too strong for me.
I know.
I've never been good at drugs.
I like that.
I've tried a lot.
It's a good name for it's a good lyric in a song.
Luckily, dude. I mean, everybody's got their crutches or vices or whatever, but I feel like
we're not deleting this stream.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
but like I feel like everybody has their quirk, their vice, whatever it is, and luckily for whatever reason, like drugs have never been a thing that I enjoy, which is very good because I really enjoy alcohol. So it's I'm very grateful that I've never enjoyed anything else that I've ingested.
The thing about
I've enjoyed alcohol more, which is probably the answer.
I love alcohol. I'm so jealous of everyone who's drinking beer right now. What's up, party time? Anybody who's drinking beer right now, I'm jealous of you. The bummer about weed though is it needed to go the same as alcohol. Like with craft beer when it first came out, it was like 7%. Imperial Stout, keep going, 8%, 9%. And then they toned it back. They were like, okay, we could have these great tasting beers. This high potency, this high alcohol was cool for a couple of years. But people want to go back to enjoying this taste and not being so fucked up. We just went stronger and stronger and stronger. Yeah. It's like, how can we just go back to that high school shit? That outdoor brown stuff. Like, Can we bring that back? I don't want the purple hairs or the Black Widow or the purple Urkel.
Like, it would be nice
to
dabs. Pass a joint back and forth and not, like, think my brain's going to melt.
Yeah. Like, I want to smoke a joint at a
After
concert without thinking, like, this 4-year-old girl behind me is going to, like, kill me, beat the shit out of me in a parking lot.
I agree with that.
Yeah, how do we go back to just like smoking weed and just laughing our asses off?
Just give me some dirt weed.
Yeah, just give me a box of Girl Scout cookies, a breakfast jack, and put on some like Israel Vibration.
I mean, maybe that is a problem because like weed.
Give me a beanbag chair.
Very, very strong.
Give me a volcano light.
I got a little vape pen that I enjoy.
Some cold
pizza. But I'll take literally one hit and I'm like, good, which is kind of unfortunate because I quit smoking like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And like it'd be really nice to be able to have a joint and take a couple puffs and not be brain melted because I don't have a very high tolerance for the THCs.
I've had friends who used to smoke an eighth a day, maybe more, $25 on weed a day, and then they gave it up, and then they came back to it and would have to like run out of the room like a salvia attack. They got so
from like a panic attack
and being around people.
That's kind of how I am.
Yeah.
Which unless I'm like really drunk, and then it's like really it feels really good.
And I've got friends now that smoke a lot of weed, but they don't get stoned anymore. You know, I've got friends now who smoke before they go to work, and it's almost for them not to be an asshole. It's like, hey, don't talk to that guy until
it's just like their coffee.
It's like their coffee. It's like we're not getting baked and sitting down and watching, you know, Half Baked or Tenacious D. This guy is going to go rip 4 bong rips and then go on a hike with his dog for 5 miles.
Or they're going to go to the bank and go to work.
Or they're going to go to work. They're going to go kill it for 10 hours and then go to the gym after that. Yeah. If I smoke 4 bong rips now,
dude,
I'm locking all my doors. I'm going under the covers. Yeah, I'd be in the hospital. I'd call 911 on yourself.
Yeah. I think there's something wrong with me.
We got to bring the shitty weed back, man. Bring shitty weed. Bring brown outdoor weed back.
What? Can you grow weed? No, because it's not recreational. You just got to grow it yourself and grow a shitty plant.
I'm not taking on anything else. Like I was thinking about
hobbies.
No more hobbies. And I was thinking about downloading this thing on like a Final Cut Pro extension for $100 where I could have cool themes and try to have, you know, like numbers come in and out and more keyframing and transitioning. And I was like, dude,
nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody
cares. That's the thing. Nobody cares.
And that all could deteriorate from the actual video. You know, if you're
the thing is, like, I don't make videos at all.
But you could be annoyed by watching some effects that were unnecessary.
Oh, dude. The worst is like we got into that, like,
when a guy starts with a 30-second intro, it's like
no, we got in a phase where I feel like we were doing
Injet Media.
We were doing like, I forget what we were doing, but like we're injecting like dumb shit into our videos. There's a couple that we just went a little too aggressive on, like memes or whatever, and I was just like, I hate this.
You saw in the comment section.
I saw the comment section.
You'd get the trolls in the comment section. People were like, "What was that? That wasn't funny." You guys are
no. I'm the troll in that comment section. Is what I'm saying.
You guys sound like
I personally did not. I personally watched it. Was like, "Ooh, what was that?"
Yeah. No, it's funny. It's funny to look back on your videos, and I tell people, anybody who's putting out content, your most recent upload is going to feel good, and you're going to feel accomplished, and you're going to think everybody in the world needs to see this video. You look back at that video in a year, it's going to cringe the hell out of you. So hopefully,
I probably haven't watched half of ours,
just because you can't see your face.
I mean, if I'm in it, I don't really watch them. I will, like, kind of, but like, not really.
You haven't nulled that sense yet.
I mean, I can do it. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird. I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
No, I get that.
But I guess you're editing yours, so you kind of have to.
I've nulled that sense.
But I'm so far removed from it.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that I'm in it. But like outside of that, like I don't, know how to use Premiere or like any of that stuff. And
you're like the Johnny Depp of YouTube. Once Kyle's like, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, and like, and our editors are great, and Kyle, I trust his vision, so I don't worry about it.
So what are your editors going to do now if you guys are pulling away from video content? Are they going to stay with Clawhammer, or are they kind of going back to...
Lawson already left. He left.
Right, but you've got other people there.
Yeah. Nathaniel, I mean, he's talking about moving on and doing... he does a lot of, like...
social media video content.
He does a lot of freelance stuff already, so he's talking about maybe going... full-time on his own. One thing that Kyle's really good at is like fostering
talent
and encouraging talent. Yeah, and just encouraging and promoting that. So
is Kyle there right now?
Oh no.
Oh, that was
it. He's probably spying on the stream. He's probably under some other name.
What the fuck did they say about me? Those punk motherfuckers.
But yeah, so he may go do his own thing. I mean, we'll keep him here. I mean, we're not trying to get rid of him by any means either. So
yeah.
But at the same time,
you're not putting out video content. I mean, there's.
Well, we are. I mean, we've got quite a few videos in pipeline too.
What's your next video and when?
Oh gosh. The next one I'm aware of is distilling video or mash making video with Jesse, and he'll distill it in New Zealand.
Okay.
When he was here, we filmed, I think, 4 or 5 videos with him.
You did?
Mhm.
You did? I was there that whole weekend.
Yeah,
Oh no, I left and he stayed another day.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
you
because
were
I
here.
left and you guys were filming something outside.
Yeah, we moved. We wanted to change the scenery. Not that it matters because they're going to be published so far apart.
6
from each
months
other.
apart. Yeah.
Right, but I think that's probably next. We got a bunch of stuff with Jesse. Jesse's awesome. That's
Jesse
super
is
fun hanging out
awesome.
with him. Yeah,
That'd be cool to go out there and visit him in New Zealand as well. But
be unbelievable.
yeah, is COVID done? Is everyone done with COVID and flying and masks and shit?
I think so.
Good.
I think the majority of
Good.
people that are
Well, I just
in
knew
our
that
s-
certain countries and airlines took it different than others, and then there was.
I
Like
think
that.
we're. I mean, as far as I know, we're beyond that. for
Yeah,
sure.
nobody's making airline musical commercials about how you have to wear a mask, like sing along
Oh.
shit.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I've seen some
I
weird
think it's.
commercials.
I mean, I might start fucking doing it though, dude. I swear to God, every time I fly, I get fucking sick. So.
That happens to me regardless. That happens to me since I've been a little kid. Every time I come home from vacation, I get sick when I get home.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I might just start wearing one just to like not get sick.
Yeah.
I won't because there's no way.
I'm with Chalky White down there. New Zealand is ready to have you come and make vids. He's talking to both of us.
That'd be sweet, man. I would love to visit there.
Mexico still requires masks? Damn.
Where? Everywhere?
Dude Stew Brews. Really? I was in Mexico in January and didn't need a mask. It might just depend on the
Where you're
business,
at,
right?
what's happening.
Yeah, I mean every company's got its own different policies. And here's
Yeah,
what,
I don't know.
No, and
I'm not a doctor.
the mask
I'm
thing
not
is
very smart either. So
but the mask thing is still weird because if you're sick, I want you wearing a mask. If you come back to work and you just got over, and this has nothing to do with COVID, we'll call this pneumonia or the T virus from Resident Evil.
yeah, I'd
If
rather
you-
not get the flu.
That's what I'm saying though, but I see people at the brewery drinking beer with masks on, and I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
I've seen a lot. Unless you're like dealing with like
but you go at that
going through chemo or you're doing whatever. I can understand that.
Well, here's my
So
saying.
like that's kind of how I look at it. I'm like, oh, maybe they got chemo going on.
My thought process is drinking beer, getting loaded is the least essential thing that a human needs to do. So you need to
Right.
go home. If you
Well,
are going to go out
I mean,
to a bar and get fucked
but
up.
getting loaded and having one beer. There's a difference between like if you're having one beer or getting loaded. So
Same difference to me, though. You don't need to be drinking beer. If you think you might be sick, I understand if I get into an Uber or, if I see somebody at a grocery store.
I'm not saying sick. I'm saying like let's say you are going through chemo or something like that, and you want to get a beer after work. You're gonna put your mask on. Like that's the way I look at it. That's like I'm like, okay, well maybe they.
Chemo's not contagious, though. I'm talking about something.
No, but that's for themselves to protect themselves from other people because their immune system's compromised. So like if Ross is out wearing a mask, like that's kind of how I look at it. It's like, well, okay, well maybe they're wearing a mask for a reason or whatever.
Right, but if you're really worried about it and flattening any curve, you shouldn't be at that establishment to begin with. Because drinking beer is a lot different than providing for your family.
Wait, flattening curve? No, I don't. Maybe we're talking about a different thing. Like I'm saying, like I think wearing a. What are you saying?
I'm saying that if my coworker gets sick, I want them
Right.
wearing a mask. If you have to work a job or provide for your
I'm
family,
with you, very bad.
and you, if I get into an Uber and I'm sick or I just got over sick, I'll wear a mask.
Oh,
Or-
right
and
now
I want-
you will?
If I'm sick, I'd put a mask on for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Or if I'm getting over something. But what I'm saying is that people that go to breweries or bars, dive bars, and they have masks on, it's not about the mask. It's not about COVID. It's if you think you might be sick, you should not be at a bar because the bar is the least essential thing you need to be doing right now. And there's two thought processes that go on. You're thinking, hey, I might be sick. I'm wearing a mask to protect these people. And everybody else is thinking, this guy might be sick. What the fuck is he doing at a bar? Why are you at a bar? You need to be like, if we're in this whole like flatten the curve thing together.
I don't think I'm following. And that's I'm just drunk
Are you?
a little bit.
I'm jealous.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't do politics. I don't do masks.
It's
I don't
not.
care.
I'm just saying. It's just weird when I see people at bars with masks on. I'm just thinking.
I get what you're saying because you work in a bar and you see it.
Yeah, I'm just
And
thinking.
it's weird. Like, why are you here?
What-
But you think, are they wearing it? Are people wearing it?
It's weird. Like every
because
sip they pull their.
want to like look. Like, is it a look?
I
Like,
couldn't tell you.
know?
I
Okay.
I have
don't
no
know.
idea. I don't know. It's like the guy that drives
But I
around with
see
a
you're
mask
saying
on.
like you shouldn't be at a bar if you feel sick. If you feel the need to wear it.
That's my point. Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even
I
if
just-
even
I
if
just-
you're not wearing a mask, if you're feeling sick, don't be at a bar. You know
Yeah,
what?
I
All
don't
I'm
know.
saying.
At this point, I mean, fuck, dude. Either you're not going to get vaccinated or you've been vaccinated 9 times. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck it. It is what it is. Go
Yeah.
out and get drunk.
I guess my point is that if you're sick and you have to wear masks and you're going to wear a mask, you have to get food. You have to go to a grocery store. You have to go ship that thing at UPS. You have to go there, wear a mask.
You got to go to work.
Going
I mean,
going to work and going to a bar are the exact opposite things in life. One of them is your livelihood. You might be providing for a family. One of them is you're going to go get loaded, pay overpriced prices for beer. And if you're sick, you're going to be around a lot of strangers, you need to go home. You do not need to be here. That was my point, I guess.
Okay. We hammered down on that for a while. That was weird.
That
I
was
liked
weird.
it.
And
got
it's
real
summoned.
into it.
It's summoned Kyle. Kyle's here. What's up, Kyle? Kyle's the moderator. He's got that blue.
Oh, that was me. I said hi, guys.
He's got that blue. Oh, that is you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So who's Kyle? Which one's Kyle?
He's probably the guy that's like, why are you talking about masks for an hour and a half?
Yeah. What up, Firm
Did
Nation?
everybody leave? I would have left.
I just got my COVID test today. It says 50.
I'm with you.
What up, Party Time Brews? I like Firm Nation's logo in there.
That was great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, I just don't like talking anything like that.
Hey, what about this, though? Did you hear about the girl that's suing Fireball for $5 million because it's not actually whiskey that they're putting in the little shooters?
What is it, like a flavored vodka?
I don't know. It's just a malt beverage, but it
God, that's awesome. Why did I do that?
$5 million, and now everyone's trying to get in on a class action lawsuit.
I should.
Whoever kept their receipt
I
from
did
buying
like 3
Fireball.
shots of that.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's not
remember how
actual.
popular that was back in the day?
I think it still is popular. I was reading an article about it. They sell it in 1,700 stores in America.
God damn.
I know, and it's not alcohol. It's malt beverage. It's like
What proof is it? Like 40 proof?
I don't think it's 40. Well, here's the thing. The bottle that they sell and the little ones are different. One of them says cinnamon whiskey, and I think one of them just says cinnamon. So she's suing the one,
so
just the
good.
little airplane shooters. But it's like, lady, if you buy a bottle, a little shot of Fireball for $1, it's $1. Like what do you expecting to be in it? It's a cheap thrill. It's a quick fix. But she's actually pushing the envelope. She's got a lawyer.
I like it.
Yeah, Google it when we get off. There's a lot of articles written about it right
that's
now.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so everybody who
I
kept
mean-
their receipts are going to get their $23 back from.
Did you go through a
2000.
Jaeger phase?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody did because
I
before.
think you have to.
Well, because there's always that phase, that one quick shot drink, because
Dude.
right now it's Fireball. And before that, it was, remember, like sweet tea. Did you go through a sweet tea phase?
Never heard of it. Oh,
Sweet tea?
Sounds great.
And then before that, it was Jägermeister. And then in high school, do you remember like Aftershock and Goldschlager?
Goldschlager, yeah.
Yeah, when it had the little crystals in the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd pick it up and throw it down.
yeah, it was like the thing that everybody could have a shot of and not throw up. Because no one's taking a shot at gin. No one could just, suck down a bottle of Malort.
Absolute Malort.
Except for,
Dude, I got a bottle of Malort at home.
What's up with this Malort shit, man? Everyone's got this Malort train going, except for me.
Well, you go to Chicago, you got to come home with some Malort.
What is that? Like some who's the main Chicago? Who's the
It
main
kind of
Chicago?
reminds me of like a Jaeger.
Malort does?
Yeah.
Who was
But
the
I
main
may be
dude?
completely wrong.
Who was the dude from Chicago? Al Capone. Is it a Al Capone? beverage? Malort?
Oh, I have no idea.
No? You got one more beer left in you, Emmett? I think I got one more.
Yeah, you can throw me off whenever. I usually go to bed at 10:30, so
You're not going anywhere.
Okay, well let me go grab a beer. Yeah. If chat's still here, that's amazing.
Yeah, we got 85 people here.
But, wow.
We're gonna fire up Mario Kart after this. What's up, everybody? Blackwood Brews. Don't ever play beer pong using Fireball. Whoa, that's a heavy hangout. Malort, this steam is gold. My Lord, this steam is gold. What up, Yeast? My low-cal is hardly session. NIPA. Ricky Nelson, good to still see you here. Later, Chris Radiation. Thanks for that super chat, Barrage. I've got one more beer of the night, and by beer, ginger beer. And of course, it's called Craft. Everyone's got the Craft or artisanal name slapped on it. Something tells me I'm not going to sleep that good tonight. What up, Nam Noodle? Nam Foodle the Great? Welcome aboard, man. What's up, Gnomski? Good to still see you here, man. Big shout out to anybody who's here, who's been with us since the beginning. Gnome, Alias from last week, Adam Makes Beer the week before that, Brulosophy the week before that. Looking forward to Brulosophy and Martin's content maybe tomorrow. First Thursday of February. We'll see what they got in store. What up, Alonzo Pack? Mandatory ginger beer chug. Yeah, Northwest. My mouth's pretty fried. I feel like, I don't know, I just ate a bunch of Sour Patch Kids or something. Nam Noodle. What are you drinking now, Braj? Oh, he doesn't have his headphones on. Sticking with the ports. There he is. Old Faithful. And done.
Never treats me wrong.
We'll do a nightcap to that. No, I appreciate this. Appreciate you coming on, Emmett. This is fun, man. This is stream 1 of 4.
So, sorry if I got confused.
With what? No, this is great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are. Pretty sure you guys are done with collabs, but I might come out to.
We got the Dissolver collab. I think that's it.
What's the story behind that video? Grain to glass, and then you're gonna put it on yours.
It's just gonna be like pro brewer versus home brewer or whatever. Like,
and it's gonna be the same recipe, and then you're both gonna have it.
Same grain, same yeast, same place. You know, we brew in front of them. I think it's a pretty cool video concept, and it's basically like, can 2 idiot homebrewers make as good beer as, you know, a great craft brewery type thing?
I think it's a good trend too. I think that
seems to do well on YouTube because Martin has that one video that did really well.
Not only that though, but it's also a cross promotion. You know,
100%.
You guys have a huge channel in homebrewing, and you know if they put Clawhammer up on their menu, that'd be cool as shit for you guys.
Yeah.
Your own,
for sure, dude.
Your name on a
they're gonna put it on
brewery.
tap. It'll be sweet. We'll probably, you know, before it releases, we'll probably, you know, put a notice out on Instagram or whatever. If people are in the area, they can come out and get some Clawhammer beer.
100%. Who's gonna edit that video? Probably Kyle.
Lawson.
Okay, so he's still kind of coming and going.
Yeah, I mean, he's part of the family.
Yeah,
you know?
Loud out.
So he's just doing it like on the weekends after work type thing.
Right on. Well, we're coming up on 2 hours. Anybody here have questions for Emmett in the chat? You're a pretty popular dude. A lot of people compliment you on your customer service. A lot of people have a lot of nice things to say about Emmett. He's here. Well, you got him. If you're one of those people, let him know how much better his beard looks than mine. It's a true Viking from Ireland.
I apologize. I have not looked at the chat at all.
What?
I haven't been reading the chat. this
Yeah.
evening.
Do you have YouTube pulled
Do I have
up?
it, do I have it open? Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you did
Have I
write
been
something.
reading it? No.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking at it, but like it's hard to have a conversation, and like I don't know how like streamers like do that. That's pretty impressive, honestly.
Head on a swivel.
What's my favorite beer?
Zach Tate. No, beard oil of choice.
Oh, man, I've never used any.
Just au naturel.
I'm super lazy, man. I need to get a haircut. I need to get a beard trim.
I got a beard trimmer coming for the first time tomorrow on Amazon. I got the $20 Amazon Prime one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. I did take a
Yeah.
lot off though. I already took a little bit off.
No, I need to like go to a barber and get my shit sorted.
You could do it yourself, and when half the time,
Oh.
I mean, I always did it with just scissors, just
No,
pull it out, cut it. Pull it.
I'm awful at it.
Yeah,
I'm really.
you always, when you're new to it, you always go a little bit too short. You chunk up that side, and you cut that too short. And you're like, damn, now everything else has got to be that short. And you just kind of keep
I'm at the
going with
point
it.
where like I'd rather just pay someone $20 to do it and be done.
Fair enough.
But I haven't done it in 4 years, so
Fair enough.
since COVID.
Are you a Slipknot
what's my-
guy, Emmett? Are you a big?
No, I never got. I think I missed that era
Hmm.
of music. Would that be like early 2000s? I don't know.
Uh,
Favorite band?
Late
I don't know
90s.
if was it late 90s?
Slipknot.
It would have. Was that like in the same genre of like Korn and that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junior high for
Yeah.
me. I was
Okay.
I think I graduated junior high in '99 or '98. I remember kids would have
Ooh.
those binders, those clear binders, and you'd put stuff in there, pictures and your favorite bands and stuff like that. I remember seeing some Slipknot, some Korn, POD,
Yeah, I think that was like
Metallica.
Like I never really got into that. But
and then those super hardcore kids that were into Slayer and Megadeth. It's like, how do you know about this shit?
then you had the weird goth kids.
Yeah, your brother.
Always.
Oh yeah.
Then you have the weird ska kids too. Then there's the weird ska kid.
We had the goth kids, and that was weird because after 9/11 happened,
Yeah,
people were looking at them
absolutely, dude.
like, what?
Absolutely.
Because remember that whole shit where,
It was my senior year, and everybody at my school was looking at the 4 weird goth kids.
yeah, and which isn't fair. You know, everyone's
No, because
blaming.
they were all nice kids. They're probably all doctors.
They were all just trying to be a part of
Goofy.
something. Yeah,
Goofy,
it's the
goofy,
same,
goofy,
dude. It's,
goofy high school
it's the
kids.
same way the jocks and the skaters are. People want to be respected, and people want
Yeah.
to fit in. Everybody's trying to fit in.
Yep.
Everyone's trying to be liked.
Yep.
And
I agree.
I remember that when that happened, like everybody was blaming. It went from like blaming rap music, try to get rap music censored, to everybody blaming
That's right.
Marilyn Manson.
That's right.
Marilyn Manson was supposed to be
And look
this-
at him now.
this scapegoat of all. I don't know. Is he like a teacher or a
I think
Mormon?
he's in some trouble for like grooming, maybe.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just knew
I
at
don't
the
either.
time, when something bad
At
happens,
the time, no, I agree. Yeah, he was from what, Massillon, Ohio, I believe.
everybody needs a bad guy or somebody to blame. And I was like, this guy is an artist. Like, he's putting out music, he has the right to put it out, and you have the right whether you want to listen to it or not. And
Yeah, that's any music. Yeah,
that's anything, just leave it at that. That's been going on since the 60s with rock and roll and reefer madness. I remember my dad
kids these days.
Well, my dad, I remember telling me he was listening to that song, that Rolling Stones song, "Let's Spend the Night Together." Now, and his mom, my grandmother, lost her shit, like, because it's about having sex before you're married.
What?
Yeah. So that it's all relative,
Mm-hmm.
shit like that from the mid 60s, early
Oh,
60s
shit, man.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I
Yeah,
need
I
you
mean-
more than ever. That's
Yeah, it's all relative.
It's all relative. When something bad happens, everybody needs a scapegoat. When a team doesn't win, you got to find somebody to blame. When there's a tragedy, you got to, point the
Do you have a
finger.
team? Are you a San Diego Chargers guy?
Yes and no. Nothing at all like how I'm a Padres fan. Not even close.
Okay.
Padres
You're
are
a
my.
baseball boy.
You have to be in San Diego. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't have too many sports. We have a
Yeah, I got
shitty hockey team. Our basketball teams both left us. It was the Houston Rockets started there.
That's right.
And the Clippers started there. Nobody
That's
went to
right.
the games, so they moved to Houston and LA. LA Clippers,
Yeah, you
Houston
guys got
Rockets.
screwed out of that.
Yeah, but we also didn't go to the games. San Diego isn't known for sports.
Sports, that's true. For beaches.
Beaches, sailing, beautiful city, being outdoors. We don't.
Yeah.
We've never had a championship. Padres nor Chargers. Been to the Super Bowl. Been to the World Series. Got whooped both times in both. Got whooped in 84 by the Tigers. Got whooped in 98 by the Yankees. And then got smoked by the 49ers in 94. It was like 21-0.
Oh, you're closer than us. I mean, the Browns haven't been but the Denver was 89?
Browns had LeBron now.
That's true. We did win that. The Cavs.
You had LeBron.
That's right. I have that framed in my house. The newspaper article. From Akron.
LA is one of the the NBA is one of the big.
Dude, Browns has been the worst.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Dude.
It's funny too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The Guardians. The Cavs are fun to watch this year, man. I got NBA pass, so I've been watching a lot of games.
Who were the Guardians?
The Indians.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, Chargers also left for LA. And it's funny too because I have a lot of friends who have San Diego Chargers tattoos. You couldn't have just done the lightning bolt. You had to get San Diego.
Right.
You're gonna cross that out and put LA.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not gonna happen.
That's what you get for getting a sports team to do.
I mean, that was probably in 2005, 2006 when we had LT and when Breeze just went to the Saints and Rivers started kicking some ass. And we should have won and won every playoff game, but our kicker, Nate Kading, would just shit the bed harder than anything ever. Like, remember the movie Ace Ventura, Laces Out, the guy that shanked the field goal and the guy went crazy? Nate Kading did that like 10 times. Like, they should make a movie about him. It was out of control. It was like 40 for 40 in regular season, and then in the postseason just would go like 0 for 5.
Yeah.
40-yard field goals. But anyway, yeah, you guys have LeBron. You guys had
we did, yeah.
He's a Laker now. Are you a LeBron guy?
I will, yeah, for sure. I mean, he gives a lot back to the Akron community. So
how far
people will talk shit about him.
Yeah, just because he goes from team to team, but he's a good dude.
But in terms of like what he gives back, it's
I think
no question.
I think people mostly just get pissed because they're just so sick of hearing like who's the best of all time, like him or Michael Jordan. It's like people that know basketball know that it's Michael Jordan, so stop bringing this up. But there's young people now that didn't see Michael Jordan play that just think LeBron's the best because they don't know
what Michael Jordan did
to compare it. Yeah, they don't know how to compare it.
Yeah,
people that,
I don't know. I mean, but that's every generation, right? Your generation's going to be the best or whatever. But
well, not really, because it's like 6 championships to 4. To me, it's like saying in baseball, who's better? Somebody who hit 600 career home runs or somebody who hit 400 career home runs?
True. But also, look, who did Jordan have on his team, though?
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
Who did LeBron have? Kyrie Irving, Love.
That's true.
Who's that white guy? The good
dude, Love. Love's still playing, dude.
What's Love's first name?
Kevin
Love.
He's still playing ball.
He was an all-star. He was a killer on the Timberwolves before that. He was like one of those guys that, used to kill it because he was on a shitty team because he could take 40 shots a game. They put him on a real team.
He's getting old. Like if you watch him now, but he's still playing.
You're passing the ball a little bit, yeah.
Dude,
Uncle Rico, baby. Norwegian Braj, Finkel's Einhorn. Well, we're coming down to the wire. I don't think we need to take this stream down at all. There's nothing said.
I mean, the only thing I got confused on was the mask business.
That's fine. Nobody cares anymore about COVID, and that's a good thing. We started talking about traveling and different countries.
Yeah, but I was just legitimately confused on what we were talking about.
Oh, it's all good.
Subject.
It's no one's butts puckered up about that.
But who's gonna watch? But who watches a live stream after it's live?
A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
I apologize.
A lot of people. Yeah. They're both incredible, different eras. I'm with Minnesota Fats. It's a different game, different.
I agree, man.
Different sport. Yeah.
I'm with Minnesota Fats.
Yeah. You know who got me into basketball? Who's that crazy white dude from Slovenia? Are you following this Luka Doncic guy?
Huh?
Yeah. Just never mind what I just said. There's this new basketball player that's killing it. It's this 23-year-old dude from Europe. And I saw some highlight come up the other day where he scored 50 or 60 points, and it was an incredible game. You know what I'm talking about? Never mind. Simcoe versus Mosaic. Yeah, the Chargers, San Diego, we're pretty much on that Detroit vibe. That's a pretty good comparison. Well, Detroit has the Tigers. Didn't the Tigers win the Super Bowl or the World Series a couple years ago? Miguel Cabrera? No? I don't know.
What's that? I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat. I can't listen and read. CH, I'm sorry that I was your first guest when you're sober.
I did sober 2 weeks ago with Adam Makes Beer. I've done a sober one with Kyle.
Oh, was he sober? Maybe I should have stayed sober.
Kyle, I think, was sober. You know, he's got stuff going on with his family, so we do it a little bit earlier. But no, we had a good one. Remember Patrick Sandy?
Kyle's an adult with a family.
Yeah, I remember Patrick Sandy breaking down about all the whiskeys kind of come from the same place, and then they kind of get rebranded from there, like MJP or MCP.
Oh, just, buying it and rebottling it.
Yeah, and then you get a nice glass bottle design and then have it come from China, and then you fill it up.
Such a wild thing.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know. I didn't know that. I
knew
knew that.
A good video topic is...
where does bullet...
Because there is, I think there's a difference between, distilling and bottled by. So distilled by versus bottled by in distilleries. I think they do have to specify if it's distilled or bottled.
Yeah, that's how it is in the wine industry, too. If you want to put, estate grown or a specific hillside or something, it's a percentage of the grapes that have to come from there. But it's all loophole-y.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And the more loophole it is, the more
money is to be made.
The more they're cutting corners, yeah. The more they're not changing the price lower, they're changing the cost of goods. But my grandfather told me that. He's like, if you ever find a bottle of whiskey that doesn't have a barcode on it, that's probably the best tasting whiskey you're ever going to have, because that's when, caramel, before barcode was probably the 40s or the 50s, the artificial flavoring was real. And there was a YouTube video we made right before I left to come out here. I had a bottle for my gramps. It was Canadian Club in glass, and we drank it, and it was so damn good. And we broke the seal on it. We got a video on it. It's called I think just craft cocktails or craft beers with cocktails. It was the dumbest video ever. We were just making mixed drinks super fast, Boilermaker, beer, shot, chug it. But the booze was phenomenal, because you would think it would taste like shit, right? Like alcohol, 50 years old. No, it was delicious. I don't really remember being that hungover, which is weird, because they're putting some artificial shit in now that would definitely made me hungover.
That you're old.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always had hangovers.
Later, no. We're gonna get out of here too in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
Anything? It's way past Emmett's bedtime. Anything else, guys, for Emmett? Anything you guys want to promote? Anything on the horizon that people need to look forward to?
No, nothing.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
Follow Emmett. Do you do social media?
I don't.
I like that.
I don't do any of it.
No social media for Emmett.
Yeah, I'm the worst at it. I just don't enjoy it, so I don't do it.
No Facebook, no Instagram?
I mean, I have it, but I don't use it, if that makes sense.
So don't follow you.
I mean, you can follow me. I mean...
Is it Emmett?
I think it's my name on Instagram.
Okay. Don't follow Emmett. I don't
Try to find me on the Instagram.
If you can find him, follow him.
Follow me.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 pictures on there. One of me and my dad, and one of my cat. But yeah, no, I'd follow CH on the CHs, and yeah, man, just you follow the Clawhammers.
Follow the Clawhammer account. Subscribe to Clawhammer. I put the link to the YouTube video, the YouTube channel in the description of this video.
I feel like the brewing community as a whole is pretty awesome. Everybody's pretty rad. It doesn't matter who you're with, so I kind of like that.
Brewlosophy said that he likes the community more than he actually enjoys drinking craft beer. And I thought about that. I was like, yeah, it's a pretty cool group of dudes.
Yeah, I could see that.
And he was actually drinking 6 Miller Lights that night.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I said, I enjoy a couple good beers, and then I want to drink some shit, because I know I'm going to feel in the morning if I'm drinking some shit.
What's a hangover nowadays? Like, if you have 5 stouts, are you gonna be hungover?
Oh yeah, 5 stouts. Probably not.
Depending.
I mean, I won't feel terrible.
Depending on
I
the
get
ABV.
I get into trouble when I drink whiskey. So I think everybody gets trouble when they drink whiskey.
Just stay away from hard alcohol and you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can't get that hungover off beer.
I agree with that. No,
Yeah. When you get in trouble is when you're drinking, 10+ shots of whiskey.
yeah, it's when I go to Quail and Crow with Kyle and and Mike from Dissolver, and they give you a $14 drink that's like that big and it's half sugar and it's in the smallest little martini glass. You have to drink fast, and then you have to order another one, and then you have to do it again and order another one.
And sugar at night. Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you miss your ride back to Knoxville in the morning.
Did you miss your ride?
No, but I kind of did, kind of didn't. We made it, but
It was rough.
there was a dude like knocking on the door, like, where the fuck? I'm supposed to leave at 8. Yeah.
That's a good way to end it.
The long story short is we got to Knoxville and we lived to tell about it. But
And he's still mad at you.
no. He's cooler than that. No.
So how many people are still listening to this garbage?
63.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yep.
I apologize.
No, it's cool, man. And
I'm just
shout
cheesing.
out to everybody. We got over 100 tonight. Thank you, Emmett.
Yes.
Kyle,
No, dude, it's been great.
Kyle sent me that thumbnail of you, that picture of you really fast. I was like, dude, this is such a good picture. He's like, I can send another one. I was like, no. It's the one with you you're rocking glasses, and there's just a picture of Jameson in the background, and I cropped that out. You'll see it on the thumbnail in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
You look like you should be in the movie The Hangover.
Dude, when that movie came out, people thought I was Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis? Yeah. Or the grown-up version of the baby. Because don't they put the glasses on it? You had those as well?
Dude, I looked exactly like him back then. Like, it was crazy.
Zach Galifianakis. That was a great movie.
Then, like, they're like, oh, you're a skinny Zach Galifianakis. It's like, sweet. And then fast forward 20 years, you're like, you're a fat Zach Galifianakis. I'm like, God damn it.
That's funny, man. Let's see an NBC Emmett. You just saw it right there. All right. Justin Zimpleman just followed Emmett. Justin tracked him down, man. Cheers. Well,
nice.
Yeah.
Let people know how to follow me. So
I don't know if he's talking about the Clawhammer one or the Clawhammer YouTube or your personal Instagram account.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Follow it all.
Chalky White, everybody, we're gonna get out of here. Much love.
Yes.
This was I think this is my favorite and funnest sober stream I've had. I think I did get a little buzzed off like my 4th kombucha.
Well, dude, you're probably gonna shit your pants.
Can't wait. I'm home. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
I've been there.
matter.
Yeah, I'll be there again too. Much love to all you guys, man. Northwest Small Batch, all the members.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't look at the chat at all.
Ron Barnes.
That's too much.
Yeah, and the guys that
for
are
me.
in green right there, they're the members. They're the true diehards
Gotcha.
that support the channel. And this gets more love than Homebrew for Life because you get a little kickback on the members, and Homebrew for Life just gets
How do you
revenue.
how do you do this when you're drinking? It seems very hard to keep up with.
I've kind of got like laser focus ADHD.
You're just good at it.
Well, if somebody donates, they get a shout out, and it's like, well, okay, now I definitely want to give them thanks. It's fresh in my head, even though we kind of didn't do that today because there were so many members coming through. But usually it's not like that. And you always want to thank somebody, give them a shout out, and they write a message, and you want to read that. And then sometimes they'll tag me in here, like they'll do at the Hoppy Hour, and then I could see it better, you know?
Gotcha.
But I mean, the main pulse is me and you and the guest. This is your first time on, and I want to ask you questions about your background with Kyle and stuff like that. If we run out for something to say, we could just pick up what's going on in the chat. That's how I kind of. That's how I
do apologize.
Treat it.
Chat.
No.
And you guys can lick my balls.
Yeah, he's sorry. I'm sorry for him. Everyone's sorry. What up, Italian Rob? Brewing bad. All right, let's get out of here. Everybody have a good Thursday, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I don't know who's coming on. Thanks again, Emmett. I appreciate this, man.
Yeah, man.
I know it's past your bedtime. We're keeping this one up. Check out the Clawhammers, and we're out of here, everybody.